it's over. Do you need anything like I need you? when every bruise looks good on you. Tell me who knows you're on blue when every bruise looks good on you. You found out that nobody is perfect, and you doubt that anything is worth it. Look around, the world is a circus, you're on blue. So provoking, I forgot to mention, are you joking? I need some attention, and nothing's working to change your direction, you're on blue. Who knows you're on blue when every bruise looks good on you? Tell me who knows you're on blue when every bruise looks good on you. Why won't you hold my hand? Are you gonna deny this? Do the best you can. I haven't got a plan, but I'm gonna survive this. That's just who I am.
Yo! Let's go, baby!
When you're on blue, you keep everything inside of you. You try to play it cool. Sometimes you gotta break the rules. I don't know why you are confused. All you need is a little bit of attitude. Yeah. This is it. I'm tired of explaining. It's too late because everyone is waiting. That's great. So why are you complaining?
Yo!
If I'm unsure,
Will anybody notice? It's my fault because I love you on purpose.
I'm insecure
Or just a little nervous, you're on blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
Starting to enjoy the view. I'm all about the attitude.
Knows you're on blue when every bruise looks good on you.
Tell me who knows
You're on blue,
when every bruise
looks good on you. Let's go! Oh! Dude, how we doing, people? We got a Thursday night. We almost made it through another week. We have what? 200 weeks of
I
Trump.
just want to change the world.
We're about 32 down, 15%.
I don't want to hang around. I'd
Rather be found.
It gets better.
I wonder,
My pleasure.
together,
Everyone's waiting.
anticipating. Let's go.
I will never be alone again.
I'm immune to the things they said.
My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking.
Let's go.
You're radiant. Hey, I just want to change the world,
Good morning.
but I'm not gonna wait
My turn. I don't ever want to come down. I'd rather be found.
It gets better.
I wonder,
My pleasure together. Everyone's waiting.
anticipating. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand.
Because I finally found myself.
Let's go.
My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. You're radiant. Radiating.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My world. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woo.
I'm gonna
Hey. Woo. I can't depend. No, no, no.
I hope this never ends. It's about you.
I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said.
My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand. Because I finally found myself.
My heart's unbreaking.
You're radiant. You're radiant.
Oh, what? Na. Dude, how we doing? Let's fucking go, baby. What's on the agenda? Oh, we got some good shit on the agenda. We're gonna listen to a little bit of one more song. All right, everybody piles in. Get a little dance going. We're gonna fucking give Elon a real quick swift punch in the gonads. Fuck you, Elon. You fucking dink.
Paint away, day and night, 6 hot to
Let's go. Hit that like button. I'm afraid to let them.
Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown
In pink. Yeah, 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 yeah.
after you.
I'm afraid of feeling some too soon. Cling to what you're given.
Nothing is what I say. I feel far away.
Dude, yeah, Newsom is kind of going to town.
Is what I think. I will drown in.
Oh, shit. I mean, dude, like, I'll say this, like him or hate him, I mean, there's a lot of issues to be had with the man, but I'm at least going to give it to him that he's stepping up and taking the fight effectively. He is like taking an effective fight. So is JB Pritzker. Okay, there's a handful of people that have been taking an effective fight where they're simultaneously not wallowing in the Democratic sort of funk, because, like, let's be honest here, and you know, losing to Trump and the way that shit went down, the divisiveness in the party, and, you know, failures of like winning that election, there was a lot of finger pointing and a lot of broken hearts. A lot of people in the Democratic Party that are like, fuck, we lost it, it's over, we're done, right? And people fighting with each other in the party. And like, the one thing that I will give Gavin Newsom a little credit for is he's not sitting there wallowing in that shit. He is like taking the battle to Trump and to the world. And so are some other people, you know? Like I said, J.B. Pritzker's doing the same thing. I mean, I feel like those two guys are leading the way right now. And they're both not afraid to like call a spade, and they're not afraid to fucking, you know, like sort of like swing back a little bit. You know what I mean? Morality is a crime at the moment. You're getting more pessimistic by the day. Yeah, I mean, it's hard. You like, we have to monitor our relationship with pessimism. Dude, I had it. I'm telling you guys, I had it a couple days ago. Where I like woke up and I just like the Twitter For You page hit me. And it just, I just felt a funk. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like, because the problem is all the right-wing voices are so loud, especially like on Twitter. They're so loud and they're all unified. They're all saying like the exact same thing. So sometimes it just feels like overwhelming. You know what I mean? I mean, they all just sit around all day in each other's replies, like glad handing each other, you know? You know what I mean? That's smart, Shiloh. That's good thinking, right? I don't even think that's pessimism, actually, Shiloh. I think that's like realism and you know, take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you're in a unique position where, you know, you could really suffer the most damage. So kudos to you for taking care of yourself. You know, that's good shit. Isn't 70-something% of Twitter bots? It is. And that's just it too. It's like everything on Twitter is so overwhelming, right? It's real easy to think like, fuck, dude, it's over. But dude, fuck these guys. My favorite thing is Melania, right? Fuck Melania Trump. Dude, I have been fucking tagging her so hard. I am like, in anytime she tweets for the rest of this administration, I'm gonna get right in her shit. Because I feel like she's got like the Ghislaine Maxwell syndrome, where she's as bad, if not worse, than the person she's fucking enabling. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Because she is such a scoundrel. You know? She's suing, she ain't suing anyone, right? She's not suing anyone. Let's watch the clapback, because she's not suing anyone. And can I just say, I'm going to pause the fucking music there because I want to be heard here. Can I just say that James Carville, what a fucking pussy James Carville is. What a fucking douchebag he is to bend over for her and like, so they could parade him around. Ooh, the Democrats are afraid to get sued. What a clown. You know what I mean? It's like he talks such a big game, but when push comes to shove, dude, he's a gutless turd. And that's what we don't like. You know what I'm saying? We don't need gutless turds. And yeah, you're right. Hunter said, fuck that. And she did. She demanded Obama's birth certificate while she was here illegally, right? She was undocumented and lying and sneaking. And she demanded to see Obama's birth certificate because, dude, she is in cahoots with the sex predators. Okay, she was part of the sex trafficking ring. She was. But let's watch Hunter's response, shall we? Dude. Dude, I had to take the piss out of Lisa Murkowski. Dude, extraterrestrials might be real. I'm starting to believe in this aliens thing. Ooh. Oh. Dude. Yeah, dude, she doesn't speak 5 languages, dude. I mean, unless she's talking about like cowgirl, reverse cowgirl, doggy, missionary, and fucking... Dude, oh shit. Dude, there's the thumb too. Look at that thumbnail. Oh, dude, that video is actually doing well. Dude, that thumbnail is fucking... is money, dude. Look at her face right there, bro. Jesus Christ, dude. Not that there's anything wrong with being good at sex. You should just, it shouldn't be the only thing you're good at, though. Right? Dude, the thumbnails, I know they're getting good. I work hard on them. Dude, look at this one from the fucking the Jillian. Isn't that one great? You're oppressing me. Dude, and I got the little Maga's choice down there from the fucking CNN, from the CNN thing. Oh shit, dude. Dude, that's a good one, right? And her face, dude, just, oh my God, dude, you're oppressing me. Dude, that's what she did, though, Jillian Michaels. Like, dude, and I like what I said here, too. This video is up on my YouTube. It's worth a watch. Jillian Michaels is a stunning example of what white guilt looks like when you aren't aware you're struggling with it. She is also a dumb bitch. Right? Oh, shit. There we go. Twofold diagnosis. One is her unacknowledged white guilt, and two, she is also a dumb bitch. Without a doubt. Oh, shit, dude. Jesus. Dude, oh, man. All right, but yeah, let's look at the Hunter Biden clip, shall we? That'll be a good one to get fucking warmed up with. Right? Dude, let's go. And all right. All right. Let's go. All right, the Hunter Biden clip. Dude, the whole like $1 billion is just what's so funny, dude. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I've said this before, okay? I've said this before, guys, about, right? I've said this before about how if you look at Trump and these guys, I have a perfect metaphor for all of Trump's administration behavior, okay? You know what they are? They are like frustrated parents who don't have any like control over their kids because they haven't even established a relationship with them, and they have a teenager that is acting out, and every day they show up and they start threatening like more and more severe shit. And meanwhile, the kid just ignores their threats and does whatever the fuck he wants. And then they show up the next day with like much more severe threats. But nobody just takes them seriously because it's all them like showing how powerless they are. And they are like struggling so hard to have some element of control. It's exactly what it is, man. They're like, I'm going to take away your video games. If you walk out of here now, I'm taking away your car. If you get in that car and drive away, I'm fucking taking you out of the will. If you don't come back here right now, I'm going to burn all your possessions. The parent is just out there. Acknowledge me. Oh my God. Yeah. Don't you dare take one more step. Like I had a friend. Okay. I had a friend in high school. His name was Dean, and his dad was an ex-military guy. And his dad was like super controlling and super toxic. And so my friend became super toxic in the way he fought back against his dad with doing shit like putting baby powder on the lock on his dad's door so he could figure out how to open it and breaking into his dad's safe. Like my friend became as toxic as his dad, right? Because those types of oppression, sort of power struggle relationships, they end up making their kids really bad. Their kids become terrible trying to survive them. But anyway, I'm not really close friends with that guy anymore because he got pretty toxic. But anyway, there was one day when his dad was like yelling at him, and we used to go to this guy's house because he had a pool and a jacuzzi and it was up in the hills. You know, his dad had a lot of money. So we would all hang out there, even though it was like emotionally like fucking tenuous and volatile, but the amenities were great when you're like 19 years old and you don't have a job, you want to drink beer in the fucking pool all day. We would go to Dean's house. But his dad came home one day and was like yelling, and we were there. And so Dean just literally walked through the whole house, completely ignoring his dad, like not even looking at him, not even responding. And his dad was like following him around, yelling at him. And we went into the garage, out the garage door, like out into the driveway as we're leaving. And his dad was like yelling, "Acknowledge me!" Dude. And I was like, God, dude, this is the most dysfunctional, like fucked up family I think I've ever witnessed, right? And dude, it was so crazy. His dad screaming, this guy, he had been a colonel in the military, and he was screaming like, "Acknowledge me," at his fucking 19-year-old son after like following him around the house all day. And that is like, that's what the Trump admin is, guys. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Trump admin is. I mean, look at what they're doing. They're not prosecuting actual criminals. They're not releasing the Epstein list, right? They're not, you know, grabbing criminal, you know, people to deport. There aren't any criminals to deport. They're not fighting actual crime. They have 500 federal agents walking around Georgetown where there is no crime, like throwing felony charges on a guy who threw a submarine sandwich, a guy who, by the way, got released instantly because the judge was like, dude, a felony is like way out of line for this. And so he released him, and the guy's not even going to get charged with the felony. No judge is going to prosecute a dude who threw a sandwich, a frustrated guy who's like frustrated at like the fascist takeover of his city, and he throws a sandwich and they want to charge him with a felony. Like, really? Dude, it's a fucking joke. You know what I mean? People that actually want to do something about crime don't behave that way, right? He got fired. Yeah, but dude, getting fired from the DOJ is, I'm sure, a blessing in disguise. He didn't want to work for Trump's DOJ. Dude, they did him a favor firing his ass. Now he won't have to deal with the frustration of being in there for 3 more years. Seriously, dude, I've had jobs like that where I'm like, I've literally said to my manager, like, if you don't like the way I'm behaving right now, just fire me. Do me a favor. Like, you think I care about this job? You think I care about you, like, yelling and nitpicking at me? Like, I don't care. I don't care what you have to say. I'm doing my job. Fuck off. If you don't like it, fire me. Right? Do me a fucking favor, bro. But spare me the whole having to listen to your bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously. Dude, I've done that with cops too. I really don't need to hear you fucking antagonize me or give me a lecture on my driving. Just go write my ticket. Okay? And I'm a white older male, so I can get away with that kind of behavior. Right? I do exercise my privilege, though, when I get pulled over by police sometimes and talk a little shit. Oh, dude from DOJ throwing sandwiches, or they planted him? Yeah, I don't know. I don't care. Fuck them. Seriously. Dude, yeah, no, the sub was fully loaded, dude. Oh my God. That is so good. The sub was fully loaded. He hadn't taken a bite. Dude, have you seen the throw? Dude, it's worthy, dude, the sub throw. This is a worthy clip, dude. It really is. Let's watch the sub. Dude. He's like, dude, here it is. Dude, it brings new meaning to like fucking clean up my sandwich, bitch. Oh shit. There's the cops. Dude, the FBI arrested this individual. He's been charged with felony assault. Hold on. I got to comment on this real quick. Mr. Meth Eyes, dude. Oh, shit, bro. Dude, what a fucking clown, bro. Was it a hero sandwich? Oh, shit. Dude, no. Is there a full clip? Natalie, yeah, let me find the full clip. I want to see the full clip of this guy yelling. Dude, this guy's a hero, bro. Dude, the only thing that could have done it better is if it had been a meatball sandwich. Like, I wanted to see some marinara, right? I feel like marinara, I mean, they probably would have charged him with, like, terrorism, right? Domestic terrorism. If there had been, right? If it had been a meatball sandwich or like a Philly, if there had been splashables in there, they would have charged him with domestic terrorism. Oh, shit. Oh, there we go. Dude, I may have to. Dude, I may have to have, like, film somebody throwing a sandwich with marinara on me and do a whole domestic terrorism bit. Dude, that could be good shit. I know, dude. Like, really, dude, this is amazing. Amount of gangs stopped, 0. Amount of crimes prevented, 0. Amount of U.S. tax dollars per day, 260 grand. Amount of Subway sandwiches thrown at feds, 1. All right, here we go. Here we go. We're getting warmed in. Let's see what we got here.
In our city.
They what?
You see these fascists right here in our
Fascists?
Fuck you! Fuck you, fascists! Shame! Shame! Shame!
Dude, I think he's loaded.
But that's the truth, though. We really talking real shit. Y'all need to do some background studying about the Federal Bar Association.
Dude. Dude, is he drunk?
Came in.
What vehicle?
The ones they pulled up in. These fascists.
Oh, the fascists? Sorry, the federal
I think he's drunk.
Where did they? What vehicles did they show up in?
They showed up in unmarked.
Where are they? Where?
Right,
Dude, he wants to vandalize their cars. Yeah, he's hammered, dude.
That white Jeep over there.
All the white cars.
All those white cars.
Yeah.
Dude, he's fucking loaded, bro. Dude.
They for the man.
Oh, shit, dude. Dude.
Hey, Daddy, come on, man. Let's go get him, bro.
Dude.
No. No. No, God, he's super bad.
Dude,
No.
they're goading him to do it.
It's about what he's doing. Fuck them, Stop the drama.
Oh my God, dude. Dude, they're all fucking with him, bro. Dude.
Motherfucker. Oh.
Dude, look at him. Dude.
He cooked him.
I tell them catch me up in traffic if they ever ask, I won't speak on what happened. Money talk my
Oh my God, dude. Dude, that is fucking amazing, bro. Oh, Lord. That is some of the funniest shit I have ever seen, dude. Oh my God. Dude, the evidence. Yeah, no, he was fucking hammered. right? He was hammered. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of that woman in Florida. Remember the woman in Florida? Let's see if we can find the clip of her. Right? Let me see if I can find a clip of her. She was so funny, dude. There was like a woman in Florida. Oh, no. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. One sec here. She was so funny. It was like a TikTok. It was one of my favorite TikToks, man. Oh, I don't know where it is. I'll have to dig through like my save folder at some point on the Acting Like Tommy account. And because there's a funny video of this woman on a street corner just yelling, dude. Oh my God. Yeah. So first off, here's what's going to happen is there's not a judge on the planet. Okay. There's not a judge on the planet that's going to charge this guy with felony assault. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at the felony assault definition, right? Felony assault is a serious criminal offense involving intentional or reckless infliction of harm or the threat of harm to another person, often with a weapon or in a dangerous manner. In a dangerous manner. It is distinguished from misdemeanor assault by the severity of the injury, the use of the weapon, or the intent behind the attack. Like, that's a fake charge. Okay, they're going to get to court, and if a lawyer tried to charge a felony with a sandwich like that, dude, they would laugh him out of court. Immediately, this guy got released on his own recognizance. There wasn't even any bail. Okay, you know what I'm saying? A sandwich is not a weapon. There was no injury sustained. I mean, the guy, it's like some drunken behavior. I mean, at the most, they're going to be able to charge him with the most would be like drunk in public. I don't think this can even be charged as an assault. Throwing a sandwich, like, dude, it's like drunk in public. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Dude, a sandwich, throwing a piece of bread, like these fucking clowns, dude. Like, yeah, I threw a fucking cotton ball at this police officer and they charged me with fucking terrorism. Right? Dude, longer than 4 fingers. I'll tell you what, dude, the sandwich had 5 times the girth of the officer's penis, which is another part of the problem, dude. Right? You know what I'm saying? Dude, it's hilarious. I think it's worth it, personally. I feel like this guy, if he plays it right, he's going to have a podcast after this, dude. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have a podcast, you know, Sandwich Hour with fucking, right? Welcome to Sandwich Hour with fucking, my name is Salmon McKinrock. Dude. Right? But yeah, dude, this is going to get laughed out. You know what I'm saying? This is like nothing's going to happen here, dude. I mean, also there's like extenuating circumstances, right? That there's fucking, you know, obviously Donald Trump is being a schnook. This whole thing is like showboating. There was a thing, if you look at this, guys, so check this out. What happened today? because I tweeted about this earlier, and then we're going to watch the Hunter Biden clip. But it's right here. Okay, so Sean Dunn is the guy who threw the sandwich at the federal officer. Okay, ready? Let's look at this report here. Because it gets worse, guys. Okay? Because what happens is this, is not only did Sean Dunn get let go on his own recognizance, but they sent 20 police officers to Sean Dunn's house to like try to arrest him again. Okay, 20 police officers to this guy's house. I mean, this whole thing is like jerk off political theater. Okay, so a man accused of throwing a Subway sandwich at a federal officer in D.C. was back in federal court on Thursday facing felony charges. Okay, a judge released 37-year-old Sean Dunn, a former DOJ employee, on his own recognizance, despite prosecutors pushing for serious felony assault charges that could carry up to 8 years in prison. Prosecutors say video posted to Instagram shows the incident Sunday night near 14th and U Street Northwest. Court documents allege Dunn verbally confronted federal officers before tossing his sandwich at one officer from close range. Police say Dunn admitted to the act, telling officers, "I did it. I threw the sandwich." Dude, the police did a crack job at solving this case. They even got a confession. Right? He first appeared in the D.C. Superior Court on Monday, where a judge released him. But 2 days later, prosecutors attained a new arrest warrant, this time in federal court. Dunn's attorney said he tried to turn himself in, but instead 20 officers came to his home to arrest him. So you see that, guys? Look at what they did. They arrested this guy. They charged him with felony assault. They tried to prosecute him. The judge was like, "You're idiots. Let him go." They went to court again, to a federal court, to get federal charges against him. And then they sent 20 police officers to go commandeer the guy. I mean, this is the most ridiculous fucking donkey sniffing bullshit, nonsensical. Donald Trump has a 1.5-inch dick fucking example of Maga shitheadery that I have ever seen in my life. Right? Dude, in court, the defense revealed Dunn served in the U.S. Air Force and had worked for the DOJ before being fired after the incident. His attorney argued no one was injured, calling the felony charge excessive. The judge released him while he awaits trial. Next appointment or next court date is September 4th. Dude, he's military, bro. Oh, shit. And meanwhile, all the Epstein child rapists, right? And meanwhile, all of the Epstein child rapists are running free, okay? And 1,500 J6ers that beat up cops, beat the shit out of cops and smeared human feces on the walls of the Capitol, those guys all got pardoned only to go out and commit sex crimes and fucking shoot at cops and all kinds of other shit. Right? Dude, isn't that wild? Like, this is hilarious. And like, yeah, they're like those parents wagging the fingers, so desperate to like offer some crazy, like ridiculous charges, right? You know, like Tesla, get 50 years in prison, rape 40 girls, you know, in Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago, and you won't even get charged. Okay, they're gonna fucking, right? That's how it works. Go to Mar-a-Lago with Donald Trump and rape 40 teenagers and you get no charge, right? You throw a cotton ball at a federal agent and they charge you with domestic terrorism. But it's not gonna get very far, okay? There's not a jury in the world that would convict that guy of a felony charge for throwing that Subway sandwich. Like, let's be real, dude. There's no fucking jury on planet Earth unless the jury was like Trump's cabinet. Vegans will. Oh, dude, isn't that funny? I mean, these people, they look so ridiculous. It's like the most ridiculous, unserious people you've ever seen in government. Dude. It's like Melania. She's not going to sue anyone, bro. Dude, I'm going to antagonize her. I'm going to antagonize her for ages, dude. I'm going to make 100 videos on her and post them under all her tweets, dude. All right. Thank you, Sean Dunn, for the comic relief, dude. Oh, my God. That was amazing, bro. Dude. Dude, that was so good. Dude, that's amazing. Oh, fuck, bro. Yeah. Dude, we live in the upside down, right? We live in the upside down, dude. Elect a clown, get a circus. Yes. Oh, shit. Dude, I gotta do one more tweet. And, dude, and the head of the FBI, guys, the head of the FBI is posting this. Dude. Oh, dude. Dude, marinara. Oh, shit. Dude, the head of the FBI fucking posted this shit, dude. 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 Dude, this AI video. Look at this. Dude. Oh, is the officer gonna make it? Dude, frankly, that officer's pretty woke, dude. Dude, I gotta save this. This fucking video is hilarious, dude. Oh my God, bro. Dude, oh shit. Dude, the head of the FBI actually assault with a deadly weapon. Dude, the head of the FBI, think about this, guys. The head of the FBI posted a video of a guy throwing a sandwich, talking about how we charge this guy with felony assault. Like, you know what I'm saying? How do you walk around and take yourself seriously when that is how low you have stooped? Right? You know what I mean? It's like me, guys. It's like me, like, putting a post out there that I made a video that got 3 views. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at my new video on Donald Trump. It got 3 views, guys. Like, fucking A. Let me just tell you, bro. 3 views. And only one of them was my girlfriend. Right? Dude, or like showing the crowd at your show. And there's like your girlfriend and her fucking mom at the show. There's like 2 people and the sound guy out in the audience. And you're posting it like, yeah, man, we really rocked the crowd tonight. Dude, that's what it is, bro. It's like, dude, we really rocked the crowd in fucking Tucson tonight. And the picture is like the dude's girlfriend, the sound guy, and like a 60-year-old fucking woman, right? Who's like, you know, fucking got her shopping cart in the... Dude, so funny. Oh my God, dude. That is crazy. Dude, what are we doing, bro? Sandwich control. Dude. All right, let's watch that Hunter clip, shall we? Federal baloney assault. Assault with a deadly weapon. Crazy, dude. Look at this, though, dude. Dude, look at this. 12 teams embrace male cheerleaders. Oh, my God, dude. Hold on. We gotta do this, dude. Hold on, we got to do this. Got a tweet. Dude, I got to tweet the marinara tariff. Dude, wokeness is back, dude. Dude! Oh! Wokeness is back, bro. Dude, they're not even trans cheerleaders. That's what's so funny. They're just dudes, right? Yeah. They're not transgender people. They're literally just dudes. You know what I'm saying? I don't think any one of these people are trans. They're just dudes, right? He is pretty boy, dude. He's fucking cutie. Dude, yeah, MAGA is losing it. I like this guy, dude. This guy is like really fucking, cranks up the feminine level. I love it. Dude, I love it. Oh, shit. Dude, 12 teams. That's a lot of teams, guys. That's a lot of teams. All right, let's look at the Hunter clip. Sorry, I'm having trouble focusing, guys. That Subway sandwich.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So funny, bro. All right, here we go. You ready? Now, again, the thing about Melania and, right, the thing about Melania and this $1 billion lawsuit threat is it's like the felony charge for the sandwich. It's just more extremism. All right. Oh, you want a goal? All right. A dance goal? We'll do it. There you go, boss. I got you. There it is. Here's the goal. Fucking dance party incoming. But so what I fucking, the thing about this, okay, with the Melania Trump, it's the same shit, guys, where it's like, it's the extremism, okay? You know what I mean? I mean, $1 billion, right? There's not a threat of like a lawsuit or defamation, but she goes right to like $1 billion. It's like so overboard, so beyond normal, like such an overreaction. It is like such an overreaction that it makes you wonder, like, goddamn, she probably really is guilty of something because she is overreacting like so hard, right? So crazy hard that a judge would toss that lawsuit out in 2 seconds. He would be like, oh, you're going to show that you've had $1 billion of reputational harm? Like, dude, she doesn't even have a good reputation to begin with. Everybody hates her, bro. She's like the woman who fucking dressed like the Hamburglar and was buddies with all the grapey fucking teen rapists, traffickers, and she let a guy cheat on her for like 30 years. You know what I mean? Everybody hates her, dude. The whole world thinks she's a goddamn fool, bro. All right, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the day of presidential litigation has arrived. It's lawsuit time. In my hand is a legal demand letter addressed to Mr. Hunter Biden from the First Lady of the United States, demanding a retraction of Channel 5's video called Hunter Biden Returns, in which Mr. Biden here makes some speculative comments about the relationship between Jeffrey Epstein, Melania Trump, and Donald Trump.
Now, what's funny about this, guys, is in the video, he doesn't even make the claims. He even says, biographer Michael Wolff has said, like it's not even his claims. He repeats shit that somebody else says. And she's like, I'm going to sue you for $1 billion. It's like, okay, how about I pay you 10 cents and you fucking, you fucking lick the bottom of my shoes. How about that, dude? Yeah, he quotes Michael Wolff.
Okay, well, they knew each other well. They spent an enormous time together. According to his biographer, is that Jeffrey Epstein introduced Melania. That's how Melania and the First Lady and the President met.
Really?
Yeah.
Epstein made the intro.
Yeah, according to Michael Wolff.
Yeah.
And so I only can go by what people are saying, and I don't know.
He didn't make these claims out of
Yeah, there you go. That's it. Like, okay, that suit makes sense. Dude, the judge would be like, so why aren't you suing the Michael Wolff guy? Dude, he does. He says, I don't know. Dude, and what's crazy though, guys, is look at this though. Look at what the right-wingers did with this. We're going to watch the video, but look at what the right-wingers did, okay? Because look at people like Nick Sortor, okay? Let's look at him. Let's look at Hunter Biden, okay? Look at what he said, okay? Here he goes. He says right here, breaking, Melania Trump is threatening to sue Hunter Biden for $1 billion if he doesn't retract his defamatory statements attempting to link her to Epstein. Do it, First Lady. Take every cent Hunter made from Ukraine, right? Colin Rugg, okay, said, breaking, First Lady Melania Trump is putting Hunter Biden on $1 billion notice over his false and defamatory comments. Melania is threatening major legal action if Biden refuses to immediately retract, blah, blah, blah. If he does not comply by August 7th, Mrs. Trump will be left with no alternative but to enforce her legal and equitable rights. Dude, I thought they didn't like equity, right? But now they do like equitable rights. Dude, Pickles, let's go, baby. Thank you for Pickles, the dog. Thank you. Pendulous, thank you, Layla. Right? Oh my God. All of which are expressly reserved and are not waived, including by filing legal action for over $1 billion in damages. You are on notice, right? Dude, like all the right wingers fucking ran with this shit. There's another guy. What's his name? Eric Doherty. This guy's another suck up. Another right-wing fucking ass sniffer. Let's see what his said. Right? Said, oh yeah, so he's doing the same thing. Hunter Biden tried to say Melania has strong ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Sue him for everything he's got. Right? Yeah, that's gonna happen. Right? Dude, yeah. But dude, she has strong ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Like, my God, she has strong ties to him, dude. Dude, isn't it crazy? Oh, Lord, dude. They fucking went crazy. Right? It's so funny. Now it's getting railed at. But, oh, my God, the day it came out, they were all fucking going nuts. Now all the left-wingers are coming in and have owned it. Oh, shit, dude. There we go. Melania and Hunter. I could see it. Oh, Heidi Fleiss. Oh, shit. Dude, I feel like there's going to be some fucking nudity. I better not go in there. I feel like if I keep scrolling down there, dude, we are about to see some fucking naked bodies, dude. I'm going to get banned. I don't need to get banned right now. All right? I'm going to be a good boy. Yeah, Epstein owned MC2, right? Modeling agency, which was funded. He funded it. Hernan, thank you, boss. He funded MC2, Epstein did. It was run by Jean-Luc Brunel after he got booted from Karen Models and had become sort of persona non grata. He started a modeling agency here, right? He was kind of fleeing. I think he was fleeing sexual assault charges in France, right? Dude, yeah, this is crazy. All right, so here we go.
Nowhere. They come from another journalist named Michael Wolff, who is...
I only can go by what people are saying, and I don't know.
He didn't make these claims out of nowhere. They come from another journalist named Michael Wolff, who is a biographer that actually spoke to Jeffrey Epstein. But now here we are. And I've got $1 billion document in my hands because Mrs. Trump is seeking $1 billion in damages if we don't take the video down and if Hunter here doesn't issue a formal apology to Mrs. Trump. So now we're here maybe to give you the platform to apologize to the First Lady for your statements that you made about her possible connection to Jeffrey Epstein.
Fuck that. That's not going to happen.
Let's go! Oh, yes! Fuck that, dude. That is not going to happen. Yeah, fuck. I mean, he was pretty respectful, though. I've been fucking telling Melania to go fuck herself all day. I've been like, fuck you, Melania. Fuck you, you fucking clown. Fuck you, you fucking, like, spouse of a fucking rapey teen predator. Right? Fuck off. Right? Sue me, bitch. Dude, oh my God, dude. Yeah. I mean, dude, she is so ridiculous, right? She is so ridiculous. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for that. I appreciate all the support, guys. So let's go. Oh, he looks like fucking, yeah. He does look like Angus Young, actually, with the hat. Very Angus Young. Right? When he was younger. I can see it. I can see it. A little bit. Dude. Oh, shit. Let's go. His hair's a little too short, but definitely a little bit. Girl on girl was her specialty. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Again, guys, I've said this before. I would never eat Melania's lunch for being a sex worker or for doing nude modeling. I think that is a totally honorable vocation, and I support it. I support people's rights to get freaky and do adult content. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a totally legitimate business. But when you do adult content and you simultaneously harp about morality, right? And you decide that people that have sex differently than you are dangerous and bad, and your husband's an adultering piece of shit, and you still look down your nose at people as though their morality is not good enough, while simultaneously you're a sex worker and your husband is lying to sex workers, dangling a TV show he has no control over to try and get sex while you're pregnant. So he's cheating on you by lying about his TV show and using that over a sex worker, and you're a sex worker, and then you guys have the nerve to go up there and talk about transgender people or the morality of immigrants. Bro, 9 iron. You know what I mean? 9 iron. Ah! Dude, Melania's lunch, let's go. Dude, all of these fucking Christians, though, dude. Dude, I would eat Melania's lunch. I'd have no problem doing that. I find her despicable. But whatever. I'm still, I'm I don't care. I'll eat Melania's lunch. Let's go. Oh shit. Dude. As long as it's a Subway sandwich, fucking let's get into it. Right? But somebody did though say something that about how she is you know what I'm saying? She's as despicable as Trump is. Right? She is, dude. I mean, I know a lot of people like to paint her as she's a victim or whatever, or, oh, we need to save her. But I think she is as despicable as he is, where she is just absolutely transactional, unfeeling, no compassion, completely obsessed with getting her way. she'll leverage threats and play dirty and fucking use people and fucking, you know what I mean? She has no morals or scruples whatsoever. She would probably just fucking burn down her best friend's house to get an advantage. You know, yeah, just a dirty playing scumbag. And there are people like that are so devoted to money and power that they'll fuck over everybody to get it. You know, and there's no doubt that she's like that. That's her, dude. But so 𝗏𝗏𝗏, dude, 𝗏𝗏𝗏, though, is the fucking crazy one, dude. Right? What is 𝗏𝗏𝗏? This guy. What a fucking clown, though. Where's his little apology? Did he post it on Twitter? Is that where he did it? Like, what a gutless turd. Oh, here it is. It says, polls with Professor Alexander, James Carville, and Al Hunt. In last week's podcast episode, we spoke with Judge 𝗙ģemm, who, by the way, guys, Judge 𝗙ģemm is great. If you guys don't follow him, fucking do. Okay, you can also look him up on Blue Sky if you're on there. He is a great investigative reporter. He's got a Substack called Popular Info. I highly recommend you guys go follow this guy. He is one of the better investigative reporters out there. Okay, Judge 𝗙ģemm, really great. Okay, we spoke with Judge 𝗙ģemm after the episode. We received a letter from Melania Trump's lawyer. He took issue with our title of one of those YouTube videos from that episode and a couple of comments I made about the First Lady. We took a look at what they complained about, and we took down the video and edited out those comments from the episode. I also take back these statements and apologize. Dude, what a fucking cuck, bro. Yeah, were you talking about this shirt? Dude, this shirt is like, goddamn, bro. Dude, put this guy in a home. All right, this guy belongs in a home. Seriously, I don't want to hear him strategize politically because guys, no matter what 𝗏𝗏𝗏 knows about politics, the fact that he issued this after talking about Melania Trump, he issued this like he doesn't have the stones to take on Trump, right? He does not have the stones to fucking take on somebody like Donald Trump. He doesn't. And somebody said fashion victim. Oh, shit, dude, look at that. Oh, my God, bro. Dude. Jesus. Dude. Look at her. Oh my God, dude. She is fucking crazy. She is, dude. All right. We're not going to sit too much on her, though, tonight, though. But there's definitely an Epstein connection, okay, with Melania Trump, right? With Melania Trump and fucking Jeffrey Epstein. Huge connection. Huge fucking connection. Okay? Massive, massive connection. And we're going to explore it all. We are. Dude, oh, can we see Laura Trump? Real quick before we go into the Epstein stuff. Dude, look at this shit. Dude, you see this video? I always forget. She spells her name Lara. Dude, watch this. Dude, I don't want to get copy struck, but like, wow. I'm going to put the link so you guys, dude, it is the fucking craziest shit you have ever heard in your fucking life, bro. Yeah. Oh my God, dude. And like I said, dude, when I fucking, here's what I said after it. You ready? Is right here, dude. Is I said meritocracy, right? Oh shit, dude, it is one of the worst things you have ever fucking heard, bro. And Tom Petty's amazing. He's amazing, dude. Her voice, dude. Yoko Ono is 100 times better than Lara Trump. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yoko Ono, 100 times better, dude. Because even with Yoko Ono, if you like look at her, she doesn't think she's good. She's just a performance artist, right? And she'd be the first to tell you that she's not a good singer and she's not a talented musician. She is just a performance artist making a statement. Lara Trump thinks she's actually a good singer. She thinks she's talented. And Yoko Ono was like a performance artist. It wasn't about her singing talent. It was about her statement. You know, she'd be the first to cop to that. Dude, Yoko gets a bad rap. But, you know, she could be up there with Paul McCartney's wife, though, right? Like Linda McCartney. She was another one where they were like pulling the fader down every time she got on the mic. She was beautiful, but goddamn, dude, I had a big crush on Linda McCartney, but she could not sing, bro. She couldn't sing. There was no singing coming from that woman. Oh man. All right. You ready? So what are we going to watch here? I have two 𝗤𝗡𝗅𝗍 videos queued. Okay. I have, there's some talk about Katie Johnson. I feel like I want to watch the bits about Katie Johnson here. Okay. There's a section here about the Katie Johnson withdrawal. Does anyone know the timestamp of where he talks about, apparently Michael Cohen leaks some information in here about maybe that he went to pursue or he sought out one of the victims. Do we know where that is? 𝗤𝗡𝗅𝗍. I mean, she's good. I mean, she was a news reporter, so she has access to a lot of resources that many YouTubers don't have, right? Like newsroom connections, which I think is really beneficial. Like her former newsroom experience. I wish I had that. I wish I had somebody that like was an insider in a newsroom, because they have teams of people that can like cross-reference things for you. You know what I'm saying? And I really would love to have a media. I mean, it's kind of like, when I think about it, it's like what Natalie does here, right? Natalie and Bradshaw are like really good about finding all these content pieces and pulling up the exact spots where shit happened. But like in newsrooms, they have, you know what I'm saying? Newsrooms, they have like a department of like 50 people that do that have it all like filed of like for the last 40 years. So you can go in and just fucking, you know, cross-reference everything that is, you know, in the known record. Dude, it's really good shit. But all right, so we're going to watch some of this because there is a section on Katie Johnson. For those of you who haven't seen the video, I did put the link, 8 minutes. Okay, So there is a, hold on. There is a video, okay? I have a video, guys, about Katie Johnson. It is this one right here. Right? It is right there. Trump exposed again, disturbing clip from accuser goes viral. This is from 3 weeks ago. That is the video. If you haven't seen it, you want to watch it for later, but that is the video that is about Katie Johnson and a little bit of her interview and shit. Now, to refresh you before we watch this 𝗃𝗃𝗡𝗄 scenario here is Katie Johnson, okay, was a young woman who made some claims of being sexually abused by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein at age 14, okay? She had some very specific claims about the abuse involving some oral sex, involving her and a Latino girl named Maria having to perform for Trump and on him. And so what happened was she filed a suit in civil court in San Bernardino, California. And the suit was not filed correctly. It was also, there was a guy, a former producer of the Jerry Springer show that had befriended her and was helping her file this suit, and he filed it incorrectly. And he was also trying to sell her story to like TV shows and shit. So then she ended up like separating from him. That first suit was filed incorrectly and it got thrown out. So she separated from him, from the producer guy, and she went into hiding. And then she came back out with Lisa Bloom, I don't know, a year or two later, a couple of years later. And Lisa Bloom is the lawyer who prosecuted Bill O'Reilly and represented Bill O'Reilly's victims. And she's a very well-known lawyer that handles sexual assault cases. Katie Johnson resurfaced with Lisa Bloom. They filed a suit in New York court. And then there was a press conference set up for her to answer the press questions. And then she got a whole bunch of like death threats. And at the last minute, she opted out of the press conference and withdrew her suit. Okay. So you bought a month's subscription to Fox Nation. Ooh, Jesus, dude. Yeah. I mean, the fact that she has a show is crazy. All right, guys, we have 20 minutes left. We need 6 more. Just so you know, 20 minutes, 6 more. Let's fucking hit those. Right. And so, Katie Johnson is still sort of in hiding. People have seen the video of her. She's in a wig. She talks a little bit about it. But people are still hoping Katie Johnson like fucking shows up at some point. But anyway, let's watch some of this and see what we got going on here.
Top, you know that chyron that you see? It says Michael Cohen, then it says 𝗃𝗃𝗡𝗄𝗡. Do you know that if you tap on that, my subscribers can immediately subscribe to you and then vice versa. So to those of you that are my subscribers, please make sure that you subscribe to Tara and vice versa.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So yes, I was on.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I had no idea about that. Great to know.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So like I was looking, you know, I
She's like, yeah, great, cool. He's like trying to build his subscriber base or something. Dude, Cohen is not trustworthy, guys. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like we know this. He was Trump's fixer. I know he sort of bought into the media spotlight and kind of like absolved some of his own sins by being a little bit of a tattletale on Trump. But dude, Cohen knows where all the skeletons are buried, guys. He's not a good guy. He's not trustworthy. He fixed and covered and like got Trump out of jams. He is a total despicable rat. Okay? And yes, all he did, everything he engaged in was just trying to save his own reputation and to give him an identity outside of being the nasty fixer for Trump. Right? So that's what he did. He's smarmy. Okay? He's smarmy. He is, you know. All right, here we go.
saw you on the weekend with my old colleague Eugene Daniels, and
Your longtime colleague.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. And it got me back to thinking that like you were Trump's lawyer and fixer during a period of time when, Jeffrey
Dirty.
Epstein was very much a social figure in Miami, in Palm Beach, or
Not
all
when I
around.
was affiliated to Trump. That relationship ended, according to at least what I'm reading, 2005. I didn't come into his orbit until 2005, but more specifically 2007, when I ended up accepting the position as executive vice president of the Trump Organization and special counsel to Trump.
Okay, so that's interesting. So Cohen did come in sort of like most of Trump's Epstein stuff was in the 90s. And naturally, the early 2000s is when it started to go sour. And certainly Trump, after the real estate deal with that fucking $40 million house, by then they had some bad blood. But it's interesting. I thought Cohen actually went back further. I didn't realize that he was kind of like a little bit on the newer side. But again, he's still a slimy, like totally distrustful, like untrustworthy fucking guy. Dude, let's go. 4 more, baby. 16 minutes, 4 more, and we dance. All right, here we go.
And I have been very, very clear. And some people, there's a whole slew, including some folks that are with us today trying to troll, that turn around and say shit like, oh, I'm covering for Trump, or, I've bent the knee and I'm
Did
on
you ever?
Trump.
Yeah.
I have never met Jeffrey Epstein. I have never spoken to Jeffrey Epstein. I've never texted with him or anyone on his behalf. I never saw him at the Trump org, never came to visit, never heard Donald speaking to him, was never asked by Donald to get him onto the phone. There was no relationship with him by the time that I started. Now, I want to be clear, and I say this all the time. I came into Trump's orbit again in 2007. I cannot speak from firsthand knowledge on anything that preceded me, despite what I know people want. They want to hear, me turn around and say something. I'm not.
Dude, the way he talks is so awkward, bro. Dude, the way he talks, dude, is so like this guy is such a backroom fucking skeezer, dude. Let's go, William. Let's go, baby. 3 more. 3 more, guys. We can do it. You can do it.
Here to appease people, right? For their claps or for your applause or your clickbait. If I turn around and I discredit myself by making a false statement about the relationship or something that you want me to say that I know that I don't, that just takes away from my credibility, and I have no interest in doing that.
Yeah, you don't really have a lot of credibility, Michael Cohen. I mean, I know that 𝗏𝗡 brings you in and shit because of access, because you do have insider information. That's really the only value that Michael Cohen has is his insider information. Okay? So, right, Gorg, let's go, baby. So, aside of that, nobody trusts him. He's a known liar. He was a fixer. He knows where the bodies are buried. He still covers Trump's ass. He's completely untrustworthy, but he was an insider with Trump, so therefore he has dirt. He has value because he has inside gossip. And that's it. That's the only value he has. That's why 𝗏𝗡 brings him on, because he's got dirt on Trump. He's got actual insider dirt, and they use that to make money, right? They use it to fucking, right? That's it, bro. And then they give him a little, oh, let's go. Dude, let's fucking go, bro. All right, we need 2 more, guys. 13 minutes, 2 more. We got this. Here we go.
Yeah, no, I'm more just curious because, I know that he was still remained friends with Ghislaine Maxwell, and what was your impression when meeting her? What did
I
you
never met her. You see, this is the whole problem. I've never met Ghislaine. I've never met Jeffrey Epstein. There's so much misinformation, disinformation, malinformation about me, which goes all the way back to the Steele dossier.
See, now that I find a little less believable, that he never met Ghislaine Maxwell. I'm not sure if I actually believe that one, right? I mean, Ghislaine Maxwell, she broke up with Jeffrey Epstein. She was still involved with him, certainly, but less so in the early 2000s. But her and Trump go back to the 80s, man. Trump was like close to her dad. He certainly, if he didn't meet her, he certainly fucking saw her and was well aware of her presence. You know, I'm not sure if I buy that part, but
I've just never done.
I don't think Tara buys that either.
I've never met her. I've never spoken to her. You know, and as far
dude, look at her. I don't think she believes that either. Scruffles, let's go. 2 more, baby. Thank you for the membership, Scruffles. All right. Yeah, dude, she doesn't fucking believe this. You know what I mean? I don't think she believes it at all. But you know, and somebody said something in chat about he's definitely worried about Trump taking legal action with him, because the thing about Cohen and Trump is they know each other's secrets. Okay, Gen X, let's go. And believe me, Trump knows that even though Cohen has fucking turned on Trump and talked shit about Trump here and there and you know, turned on him in certain instances, Trump also knows that Cohen has kept a lot of his shit covered. And believe me that is a part of their relationship where Trump just knows that the real shit that Cohen could bury him, he's never going to bring up, you know?
Is the only case that I was involved with was a Jane Doe, an infant, by and through her mom, Mary Jane Doe, right, as legal guardian. That case was dismissed not because of anything that I spoke to the lawyers, and I've talked about this a million times. I turn around and I receive this summons and a complaint, and the averments in it are awful. They're despicable. It talks about basically rape of an underage female, claiming and alleging that Donald was involved in it and all that other nonsense.
This is definitely the Katie Johnson case.
I ended up taking a private investigator and trying to find out who this person was.
Oh, shit, bro. Dude, that's fucking crazy. Like, hiring a private investigator to find out who the Jane Doe is after, like, talking to the lawyers. So, for what? What are you going to do with that information there, boss? That is fucking sketchy. Right? He goes and gets a summons. There's accusations of rape. And then the first thing he is like, we got to find out who this person is. Yikes, dude. That is like, yeah. I mean, that's fucking dirty, bro. That is like some dirty, you know?
And we went to the address that allegedly this minor lived at in the Bronx. Well, lo and behold, the investigator responds back and says the only thing that's there is an empty parking lot. There's no building there. It's an empty lot. And so I reached out to the lawyers and I asked them, have you ever met your client? And their answer was no. I said, well, how the hell did you sign the case up? And they're like, listen, we screwed up. I'm sorry. You know, I'm like, whoa, hold on 1 second. You know,
dude. What? The lawyers are like, oh, yeah, we screwed up. Whoops, parking lot. Dude, this is not very believable, right? We screwed up. We're sorry. Dude, like, oh, shit. Yeah, lo and behold, she knew you were going to bring somebody with a weapon to the address. So guess what? There was nothing there.
I sent an investigator to check out this address. There's no
Wait, is
building
this
there.
Katie Johnson or was this a different Jane Doe?
That was a Jane Doe.
No, because Katie Johnson also files a Jane Doe in New York.
Well,
So
I
it's
don't
like-
know if it's the same person
Is
or
it?
not.
Was it a girl?
Oh, so we don't know if this was a different Jane Doe or if this was the Katie Johnson Jane Doe.
Girl who said she was 13 years old and was raped in Epstein's house with President Trump. Is it the
To be
same
very
thing?
honest, I don't remember the full. I
1994.
don't remember the full scope of it. All I remember.
Lisa Bloom. You would remember the lawyer. It was Lisa Bloom. Came out in November
There was
2016.
no. It was not Lisa Bloom.
Okay, so this is a different Jane Doe. This is not Katie Johnson. Because Katie Johnson's case in New York was filed with Lisa Bloom. And so this is a different Jane Doe lawsuit filed in New York, Bronx address, but he hires an investigator to try and find it. She thinks it's Katie. I mean, maybe he is lying. Well, because here's the deal. I don't remember a lot of Jane Doe. Like, I feel like this is a court filing, okay? If it's not Katie Johnson, hold on. Let me see here. Because we would obviously know. Yeah, I mean, I think there's only one Jane Doe in fucking New York, right? Let's ask the AI. We're gonna go AI mode with this. Oh shit, hold on. Yes. Okay, so he is lying, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? It sort of has to be her, which is crazy because check it out. Look at the setup here. Okay? She filed twice though. The other one was in San Bernardino, okay? And that was years before. So in New York City, see, here's the thing. You ready for this? Because watch this, guys. All right, there's a definite flaw here because the suit filed in San Bernardino by Katie Johnson / Jane Doe used a non-existent address. And that was part of the reason it got knocked and her credibility got dinged. And that suit was filed by that producer. Okay. In New York City, the suit was filed with Lisa Bloom, so it was filed legitimately. So what's happening here is Michael Cohen is saying the first time the suit was filed, they sent a private investigator to look at this person. There were no lawyers in San Bernardino, so he didn't talk to any lawyers. It was filed by that producer with an address that didn't exist, but it wasn't in the Bronx. It was in Indio, California, or 29 Palms, one of the desert communities. Okay, so Michael Cohen is taking events that happened with that first suit, and he's superimposing them over this New York Jane Doe suit, but that one was filed with Lisa Bloom, a very well-known attorney, and there wasn't a fucking address except Lisa Bloom's law address. And so the reality is either Michael Cohen is making it up, okay, and lying straight out through his teeth, just using details he picked up from like the news, or what he did was he fucking sent an investigator to find her identity after that first lawsuit and never talked to a lawyer, and now is pretending like the lawyers told him that they were full of shit and this was all BS, when in fact that second lawsuit came from Lisa Bloom and was absolutely above board. So yeah, he is on the big fucking con, bro. He is on the major con. Okay, the major con. Oh, I don't remember the details, right? Either way, he's full of shit. He's lying. He's lying, and he's not giving us a truthful fucking, he's not giving us a truthful picture of what went on, other than to imply that if somebody does a Jane Doe suit against them, they hire private investigators and they try to hunt the person down, which tells you a lot about their mob style tactics. That, like, instead of respecting the lawsuit and the lawyers, they go looking for the fucking, right? Let's find the identity of this person and do our own shit. You know what I mean? Oh my God, dude. Crazy.
Golden was raped in Epstein's house. Johnson.
Have you ever met your client? And their answer
he's
was
lying.
no. I said, well, how the hell did you sign the case up? And they're like, listen, we screwed up. I'm sorry. I'm like, whoa, hold on 1 second.
That never happened.
I sent an investigator to check out this address. There's no building there.
Is this Katie Johnson, or was this a different Jane Doe?
That was a Jane Doe.
No, because Katie Johnson also files a Jane Doe in New York.
Well,
So
I don't know if it's the same person or not.
Was it a girl who said she was 13 years old and was raped in Epstein's house with President Trump? Is it the
To be
same
very
person?
honest, I don't remember the full. I don't remember the full scope of it. All I remember.
Lisa Bloom. You would remember the lawyer. It was Lisa Bloom. Came out in November 2016.
There was no. It was not Lisa Bloom as the lawyer.
We need one more, guys. We got 1 minute. We need one more. Oh, no, that was it. Oh, Social Butterfly did it. I thought we needed one more. Let's go. All right, we made the dance party. We're going to do it right after this. Goal achieved. Let's go, baby. Dude, yeah. See, this is crazy because he remembers, right? You notice how this. You ready? Yes, because notice the memory. He remembers the Jane Doe. He remembers the address being in the Bronx. He remembers what her lawyers said to him. Right? He remembers, right? He remembers a lot of things about this, some of the specific details of the grossness of the case. But he doesn't remember if the lawyer was Lisa Bloom. He doesn't remember if it was Katie Johnson, right? I mean, it's pretty weird, guys. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty fucking weird how some of these details are remembered and some are
in Epstein's house with President Trump. Is it the
To be
same
very
person?
honest, I don't remember the full. I don't remember the full scope of it. All I remember.
Lisa Bloom. You would remember the lawyer. It was Lisa Bloom. Came out in November 2016.
There was no. It was not Lisa Bloom as the lawyer. It was a gentleman. And I reached out to him and I said, have you ever met your client? He said no.
I want to know who the lawyer is that he says this is.
No, in fact, that they did. It was a referral to him. And he ended up doing it through the mail. I said, really? So he goes, yeah, they sent me, I sent them all the papers to a P.O. box or something. And then they sent it back. And this was the address. And so he was like, listen, I'm dropping this case. I don't know whether or not this person even exists. That was
What year was this? What year was this? I never heard
that
about
was 2000 and that was 2000 and I'll tell you right now, hold on. There was 2016.
All right.
Oh, so it was in the same year as the
campaign.
It was the same year as the other suit from the Katie Johnson that then became.
It happened around October, November of 2016.
See, dude, October, November of 2016, that was fucking Katie Johnson. And that was Lisa Bloom. And that was a New York suit that didn't use a fake Bronx address and it was not filed by mail. Dude, he is absolutely talking about Katie Johnson, but with some total bullshit made up details about this.
And the lawyer was like, my apologies, I'm withdrawing the case. I said,
so it
okay.
wasn't the Lisa Bloom one because you would have remembered that one.
No.
Yeah. I was thinking about that one because that case also was revoked around the same time in 2016, around the same time that,
No, it was not revoked in 2016.
Yeah, it was. The Katie Johnson was. It was taken. She took it back.
It was November of, she had a press conference set for like November 3rd or something, November 2nd of 2016, and then she backed out. She didn't show up.
And I believe it was November 2016. I can get you the exact date. Yeah, she took it back, and they claimed it was because of intimidation. And I was just wondering, like, did you handle that case? Because obviously Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal were being handled at the same time.
And they were intimidation. Interesting. Dude, I think he sort of just implicated himself that they fucking tried to hunt this person down and they fucking strong-armed her because he's making up some bullshit about a lawyer saying, oh yeah, we've never heard of this person. We don't even know if they exist. Not true. And we know other girls have talked about getting threatened by Trump. That was his serious MO. And the Katie Johnson case, here, we can look at it right here. You ready? All right, it was like November 3rd, I think. Right? November 2nd, 2016. Okay? Katie Johnson with Lisa Bloom had a press conference scheduled for November 2nd. All right? And then she didn't show up. And then November 4th, she dropped the case. So he is talking about Katie Bloom, and she did get threatened, and it was probably his private investigator who did it. You know, he is being evasive, but yeah, he's full of shit.
No.
Do you know who handled it?
Yeah, it was an outside law firm.
It's in this, it says Alan Garten left in a Politico, quotes Alan Garten, who was his in-house attorney.
Then it wasn't 2016, then it was 2017.
No, it's in 2016. The Katie Johnson case has been established in 2016.
That wasn't something that I handled.
You didn't handle that one.
No.
I was just like,
it's like, look at him. No, that wasn't something that I handled. No. But there was another Jane Doe that the New York court doesn't have a record of, right? Oh, that's interesting. Only one Jane Doe filed a case in 2016 in New York in October, November. Only one. She was repped by Lisa Bloom. She had a press conference scheduled for November 2nd. She didn't show up because she got threatened multiple times. November 4th, she withdrew the case. But Michael Cohen didn't work on that case, but he did work on a mystery case around the same time with the Jane Doe that there's no legal record of, that supposedly withdrew it because her lawyer said she didn't exist. And that lawyer, and that was after he hired a private eye. Dude, oh Lord, bro. Like, and like, that is some fake ass shit. Holy shit, guys.
It seems that, you've cast a lot of doubt on this case, like by saying he didn't doodle. And then obviously he was,
He doesn't doodle. I'm sorry that
one of his doodles got sold to 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧, though. One of his doodles sold to 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧.
He may have colored it in, but all of his executive assistants were all phenomenal artists. And there were one or two that were just even better than phenomenal, that they actually...
Dude, now he's like saying his executive assistants are all like artists that draw. Trump has never doodled. Dude, this guy is a fucking con artist, bro.
Show their stuff in galleries. So did he turn around and say to somebody, here, just scratch me out something and I'll sign my name to it? And he did it for charity. I do not make any claims whatsoever, zero, that he didn't prior to my knowledge or that he did. I have no idea. I only know from when I started to when I left.
Yeah, but all we know, Michael Cohen, is the information you just gave us here. Like, you're an impeachable witness. If you were on the stand right now, Michael Cohen, I would fucking bury your dumb ass in front of the jury, and all your testimony would get thrown in a fucking wastebasket, because you clearly are like conflating shit that never fucking happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, his entire believability and reliability as a witness has just gotten blowtorched, okay? Because he made up some case in 2016 that didn't happen, didn't have any of the details of the Lisa Bloom case. There weren't two Jane Does, okay? Then he's like plays dumb consistently, right? And he keeps coming back to a constant sort of manufactured, well, I never saw Trump do anything, right? Yeah, man. Oh, shit, bro.
That there was no relation. But I'm not denying any of these victims. Who the hell am I to deny any of these
I'm
victims?
just more curious.
Their
if you
comments.
I'm actually just more curious if you handled them because this.
Well, the
this
answer is
doesn't
if Alan Garten turns around in Politico and says he handled it, why
he
would
didn't
you
say
even?
he handled it. He just commented on Trump's behalf. But you would handle.
But why would
it
Alan Garten ever
people-
comment? But why would
you-
Alan Garten ever comment on me? Right?
But
I've never
he didn't
commented
comment on
on
you. He
Alan.
commented on the case because it was dropped because they said that there was intimidation, and that's why it was
Right.
dropped. But at the same exact time was the Stormy Daniels, and at the same time there was also the Karen McDougal case, and they were all dropped in the fall.
Yeah. Stormy Daniels, Karen McDougal, Katie Johnson were all dropped. Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal were handled by this freak. This freak also sent a private investigator to look for Jane Doe, who was Katie Johnson. And so something went down that this freak was involved with, right? But all of a sudden he's like, what's up, Shemp? Dude, spit that dick out, bro. He's doing the weave, all right. Look at him though. Jesus.
2016. So I was wondering,
Had
as
nothing
the
to do with
fixer,
me.
you
I
also
didn't.
dealt with
Listen,
it.
let me be very clear. I testified to 7 congressional committees,
Yeah.
two grand juries, and to 2 trials. Do you think? And not to mention some outside additional depositions that were taken by Alina Habba. Do you really think that?
By Alina Habba. Oh, yeah. They're great. Some depositions taken by Alina Habba. I'm sure those were thorough, to say the least.
Of all of these members of Congress that asked me questions for a total of 63 hours, do you think they didn't bring up this sort of stuff with Jeffrey Epstein? And the answer is,
What did they ask?
They did. They didn't. I don't think they brought up Katie Johnson.
What did they ask?
it's in the records. But they all asked, and I turn around and I say the same
have
thing.
read the records. I'm just curious, like what?
And I turn around and I say the same thing. I have no knowledge of anything with Jeffrey Epstein. 0.
So somebody
0.
else handled the Jeffrey Epstein.
I didn't handle it. I didn't handle it. As much as idiots like this Velvet Lavender, I didn't handle it. So,
dude, he is triggered, bro. He is triggered.
It's the same horse
like
shit.
in all honesty, though.
But but Tara, to be honest with you, what you're doing is actually wrong. I got to tell you. I'm going to tell you why it's wrong. I'm going to tell you why it's wrong. I have now said at least 3,000 times. At least 3,000 times. I have no knowledge of Jeffrey Epstein at all as it relates to Trump, but people just keep wanting digging. Well, you must know something.
Why. I think a lot of people just want to know why one person filed a suit and then dropped it.
I don't have the answer.
Same time as these other women that also were getting hush money.
By the way, one person got hush money from me, Stormy Daniels. Another misstatement is the one that I paid off Karen McDougal. No, I did not. That was paid for by David Pecker and the National Enquirer.
Dude, he's like, only one person got hush money from me. Dude, oh shit. And yes, I mean, he's right. He did, like, David Pecker is the one who did the catch and kill with Karen McDougal and paid her off. But somebody in Trump's camp threatened the shit out of Katie Johnson. And Michael Cohen said around that time he hired a PI to hunt down a Jane Doe, and the only Jane Doe around that time was Katie Johnson. So he definitely had something to do with fucking Katie Johnson. And he, you know, I mean, I'm hoping Tara like says, well, there was only one Jane Doe case in New York at that time. There wasn't a second case. So either he was involved with Katie Johnson or he's lying about the whole thing, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right, plain and simple. It's not that I'm defensive. I'm trying to explain, and
Yeah.
people just don't want to hear it. The same way I tried to explain to everyone, I've never been to Prague. I have never been to the Czech Republic. Oh my God, guess where? I've also never
I'm
been
not
to
asking
Russia.
about that. I just want to know about this one case because I think it's every time
Call the lawyer.
Yeah,
Call the lawyer. Call
Well,
Alan Garten.
he wasn't the lawyer necessarily. He was just speaking on behalf of the. He was just speaking on behalf of Trump. It doesn't mean he's necessarily the lawyer. Like you were his lawyer too and his fixer, and that's why I'm just wondering what.
And I'm telling you that I had nothing to do with it.
Okay, that's fair, but I mean the other. I just think it's a little weird that like you haven't said anything nice about Trump since like prison basically, and in this case you seem to be saying that like there's no way he went to the island because he said he didn't go to the island.
No, that's not what I said. Okay, again, what I say is extremely important, and you can't paraphrase it or decide to
please
sort of
say
put it in your own way. What I said was, I have no knowledge of Donald Trump ever going to Jeffrey Epstein's island.
Yeah,
And
there's no
again,
flight record. Yes.
I'm referring from 2007 to 2018. Okay. Second, I know Trump.
Well, first off, I don't think Trump went to the island between 2007 and 2018. Not at all. The thing is, the island is from 1998 to 2005, 2006. What did Trump go there? You know? And you're right, the island doesn't matter. Epstein lived down the street. But obviously, I don't know if Trump ever went to the island. I think Trump went to the island. I will say this, guys, okay? Here's one of the things that's really interesting, right? When you go and you do research on this, if you start digging around, you know what's really fascinating is there is photographic imagery of Jeffrey Epstein like all over the place, okay? You can find photos of him with people at social events, in casual settings. There are a lot of photographs of Jeffrey Epstein. There's like 7 photos from the island, okay? There's literally like no photographic record from the island. There's like 2 photos of girls. There's like 3 photos of Ghislaine Maxwell alone, presumably taken by Jeffrey, and a couple photos of her with Jean-Luc Brunel. And that's it. And then there's some photos of buildings. But there's no photographic record of people with the exception of that one shot of like Stephen Hawking and some other people. There's like, I mean, he entertained a lot of guests at this island and there's no photographs. None. You know what I mean? But again, there's Epstein's office, like Maria Farmer talked about. There is, his Palm Beach mansion. There was his New York mansion. There was Paris, right? But I found it personally interesting how there's not even a photographic record of like the inside of the house. It is like very clear that nobody who went to that island was ever allowed to like bring a camera or whatnot. Now, I think Trump was there. I mean, there are many ways to get to that island. I did a little bit of research last night looking at Little St. James, Greater St. James, its proximity, right, to St. Thomas, and how you get there by boat, by helicopter. I mean, there are many, many like satellite islands down there. There are just a lot of ways to get to that place. So I don't know. It's just really interesting to me how this void, like a photographic void, sort of existed around that residence that didn't exist anywhere else in Jeffrey Epstein's world. You know what I'm saying?
Just about better than anybody. There's a reason why he is saying it the way that he's saying. That I've never been to Epstein's island, and I wouldn't be shocked if that's not true. What I know is that he's definitively on his airplane because he used to go with Epstein down to Palm Beach, right?
It's in the flight logs. Yeah, it's in the flight logs. There's no
It's in
denying
there. There's no way
Right.
to argue that fact.
Mhm.
So I know that he did it simply for the purpose of not having to fuel up his own plane. It was a free ride on a nice airplane.
Oh, it's a free ride. Dude, you see that though? I mean, you see how he's now injecting Donald Trump's state of mind? Like, if we were in court, it would be like, objection. He's like giving us Donald Trump's state of mind. Like, oh yeah, he got on Epstein's plane for the free ride because he didn't want to fuel up his plane. He was a little short. The wallet was a little thin that week, right? It wasn't because of the 3 16-year-old girls in the back of the cabin, dude, right?
Plain and simple. What I'm afraid of is that fact of him never being on Epstein's island, what if hypothetically he's telling the truth on this specific issue? Is that going to negate out all the other stuff? And what I keep saying is, I can't stand everybody's innuendo, all of the hypotheticals, whether it's the people that are with us today or those that are on television or were journalists or whatever the hell they want to call themselves. I'm talking about there's no need for this innuendo hypothetical conversation. Release the goddamn
there's
file.
so many things that we don't know. So, for example,
Well, yeah, there's a need for the innuendo because Donald Trump spent years talking about releasing the files. Then he got all branches of government with personal fucking lackeys working the DOJ and the FBI. They had 1,000 agents go through to flag all the Trump stuff. And the minute they finished that job, they decided they're not releasing anything. And job over, crime over, and nothing to see here. And then they all went on a PR campaign, not even talking about the process that they went through that led them to the point of throwing it under the rug after all of them for years talked about this. And then we proceeded to watch Donald Trump say, nope, this, like, what do you mean? I'm not in the files. Nobody told me that. Oh, yeah, they did tell me that, but now the files are fake. Obama wrote them. Comey wrote them. It's a hoax. They don't exist. Oh, now I remember, actually, he stole girls from my spa, so I booted him out. Oh, but that was 5 years earlier. Whoops, I don't remember. The thing's a hoax. Democrats made it up. So clearly, something spooked him. Something spooked the entire GOP to the point that they left Congress early. And they have been on a rampage of distractionary campaigns. Okay? Something. So Cohen said he started working for Trump in 2006. 2007, right? So that would be technically after the main, like, meaty time of their friendship. Donald Trump's primary friendship with Jeffrey Epstein when they were real close was, like, I think 91, right? 91 to probably 2005. 2004? When did the real estate deal happen? So that was 2004. Okay, so Trump's primary time with Epstein was from 1990, 1991 to 2004. 15 years. Is what he says, right? So 89 to 2004, 90 to 2005. That was when he and Epstein were tight, especially after he divorced Ivana, which I think was 98 or 99. Okay. They divorced they started it in 90. And when did they finish it? Oh, so it was 90. Okay. So then that from the very beginning, okay, then maybe it was even a little earlier. Maybe it's 89 to 2004, something like that. So essentially what happened, though, was in the beginning, Trump was friends with Ghislaine Maxwell, okay? Trump was friends with Ghislaine Maxwell from the 80s and her dad, Robert Maxwell. He was on the yacht, pictured in like 87 or something. And then Ghislaine Maxwell would hang out at Mar-a-Lago. And that's how Trump met Epstein, because Epstein was a clinger to Ghislaine Maxwell. Then Trump breaks up with Ivana in 1990. He and Epstein become fast friends. And then they start making the scenes together. He's on the plane a whole bunch in the 90s. They're filming that event in 92, that the filming we see where Trump is talking to him and making him laugh. That was at Mar-a-Lago. They have the 28 like models and Trump and Epstein party. That was in the 90s, right? Straight through the 90s. 96 is when Maria Farmer goes into Jeffrey's office at 9 p.m. All the lights are off and Trump rolls in. She's like, why is Donald Trump here? She didn't even know Trump and Epstein were friends. And Epstein comes out and says, she's not here for you, takes Trump in the back room. That's 96. Okay, Maria Farmer then calls the FBI on Trump and Epstein that year. The FBI don't follow up. All right, Maria Farmer's younger sister got molested that same year. That's part of why she called the FBI, because Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell sexually abused her sister. So that was in 96. Okay, Trump and Epstein are still good friends all the way up in 2000 is when in 2000, February of 2000 is these pictures. You ready? Hold on, I'm going to give you a timeline here. Let me show you the images here, because the famous images that we've seen, this party right here, okay? This party right here, this is February of 2000, okay? So this is the year that Jeffrey Epstein recruited Virginia Giuffre. That was in the summer of 2000. So this party right here is February of 2000, okay? He met Melania in 98, okay? Now they're fucking together here at this party. And 5 months after this party, Ghislaine and Jeffrey take, what's her name? Virginia Giuffre from the spa, and they bring her into the sex trade. That photo of Prince Andrew and Virginia Giuffre and Ghislaine Maxwell, that was in 2001, okay? Then somewhere Trump and Epstein are still friends through that whole time. Then in 2004, that real estate deal goes down. Epstein tries to buy that really big beachfront property. Trump presumably didn't want Epstein to have something bigger than Mar-a-Lago, so he takes Russian money that he didn't have, undercuts Epstein, buys the property. Epstein finds out Trump used Russian money. 2 years later, in 2006, Trump sells it for $95 million, right? Some money laundering with those Russians to the same Russian oligarch. And during that time, in 2007, by then, he's already been under investigation. They started investigating him in 2005. So there definitely was some bad blood between Epstein and Trump after that real estate deal. Okay, then, you know, after he signs his non-prosecution agreement in 2007, at some point in 2007, Trump canceled his Mar-a-Lago membership. So the membership just stayed going, but I don't necessarily liken that to the fact that Epstein was still hanging out. I just know that Trump naturally probably kept taking that money for as long as possible. I mean, that seems very Trumpian. Even if they had bad blood, he'd still take his money if it wasn't canceled, right? If there was still a credit card or whatever, line of credit on file, I'm sure Trump would have taken that money like till eternity because he's a degenerate bastard. But that puts our timeline in there, you know, but from 90 to 2004 to that real estate deal, Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were like that. And Epstein bought the island in 98. Okay, so dude, did we freeze up? Did the stream freeze? We are back. Did it freeze up? Oh, it did. Yeah, no, my OBS like fucking kicked out for a minute. But I guess we're still here though. We back. Let's go, baby. Dude, they're trying to juice me. But anyway, so my point was from 1990 until that real estate deal in 2004, they were close. And it wasn't just plane flights. I mean, it was social occasions. It was parties together. It was like modeling agency events, fashion weeks. It was Donald Trump leaving messages at 1 a.m, you know, like phone messages. I mean, they were fucking close, like confidants and fucking connections.
The files is what I keep saying. And then none of us have to speculate because
But you would know,
at this point.
you would actually know better than most people. For example, Brad Edwards was a lawyer for one of the.
I don't know who Brad Edwards is.
Well, he actually spoke with Trump and he said that it was Trump's lawyers that set him up because he knew that Trump and Epstein did not get along. It was infamous.
In what year?
Everyone knew that Trump and
In
Epstein.
what year?
This was in 2019. Yeah.
I was in prison in 2019.
No, sorry, earlier than that. It must have been.
Dude, that's so funny. He's like, I was in prison in 2019. But he said that like so heartfelt, bro. Oh my God, dude.
No, 2017, when they were fighting for the Crime Victims' Rights Act, when they realized that their case was being overturned, he asked to depose Trump. And he called Trump's lawyers about it. And he did this for his client.
Who did he call?
He didn't specify the exact lawyer, but the lawyer said, but wouldn't you have been aware if Trump was testifying on behalf of the victims for against Jeffrey Epstein? Like, I just find it hard to believe that at no point during the time that you worked for him, you never spoke to him about Jeffrey Epstein.
No.
When this guy, Brad Edwards, who is just a lawyer,
I don't know who he is.
Was like, it's infamous that they hate each other.
Yeah, dude, Brad Edwards wrote a book. He wrote a book about it. Brad Edwards represented. See, this is crazy. From 2007 to 2019, Cohen is saying he never once heard Jeffrey Epstein's name. And there's just no way that is fucking possible. There is no way, dude. There is no way. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, just because look at how Trump can never not talk about people he dislikes. You know what I'm saying? And there was a significant bad blood with them after that real estate deal because Trump fucked him over. Okay. And what's more, Epstein thought Trump had ratted him out right. And then, you know, 𝗪𝗪𝗪 gets the deal. 𝗪𝗪𝗪 is in the cabinet. And they were asking about Jeffrey Epstein during 𝗪𝗪𝗪's confirmation hearing. And there's no way Trump didn't at some point go to Michael Cohen and be like, God damn, dude, they're fucking grilling him about Epstein. You know what I'm saying? Like, not believable. Like, Trump never shuts up. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no fucking way, man.
Like, that's why
I'm sure they do hate each other. I'm just telling you, I have no idea. I'm hiding. By the way, do you think that I would be hiding something if I knew something?
That you might.
Yes, I think if you don't want to end up like Epstein and Jean-Luc Brunel with a fucking towel wrapped around your neck, hanging from your goddamn bedpost. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, we think you would be lying. Yes, we know you're lying. The Katie Johnson fucking period told us you're lying.
I would find it impossible considering who Jeffrey Epstein is.
Right.
And what I know about him, that at no point did you guys ever discuss the relationship, what the falling out was. Like, why they weren't friends.
Do you know how I found out what the falling out was about? It was on my podcast with Michael Wolff on 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪, when I had him on about 3 weeks ago. I had no idea what
And when
they're calling it.
and when your client is going to testify against him, like you didn't at any point talk about that?
Okay,
Like,
I'm going to say it. I'll say it again.
Oh,
And
fuck,
I really
dude.
want you to listen to what I'm saying now.
He's
All right?
pissed.
Because after a while, it just gets redundant.
Oh,
I
had
just
no
want to know the
conversation.
truth. Like
I
that's all
had
I want to know.
zero. Okay, your truth and my truth may not be the same. What you
Oh.
want to hear is what you may want to hear is truth. Right?
oh my God, he's so triggered. Did you see that? When she's like, I find it hard to believe that your client was going to testify on behalf of Epstein's victims and he never had a conversation with his lawyer? That seems weird. Oh, I'm going to tell you again for the 500th time. I'm starting to get annoyed that I have to tell you, like, Tara, the private investigator may show up at your fucking door. Right? Dude.
Right? It may not be the same. I'm telling you, I had no conversations with Trump about Epstein. I learned from Michael Wolff that it had to do with the house that was sold in Palm Beach, that I did, that I worked on the documents that was done through Sotheby's to 𝗙𝗵𝗶𝗹𝗀. I didn't know that. In fact, I didn't even know that that house originally belonged to Lex Wexner. Now I knew that.
Oh, wow. So he did the sale 2 years after he bought it, 2006, 2007. He did the sale to 𝗙𝗵𝗶 after it was bought from 𝗙𝗵𝗶, and Trump never mentioned Epstein. Dude, bullshit. There's no fucking way that Trump didn't sell that house while simultaneously bragging to everyone in earshot how Jeffrey Epstein showed it to him and he went behind his back and took the house as if he fucked his girlfriend. There's no fucking way that Trump didn't brag about that shit. I mean, come on, bro. That was like, and then he sold it for $95 million, a $55 million profit. There's no fucking way it didn't get bragged about. Like, dude, if Donald Trump takes a leak without pissing on the wall, he's fucking bragging about it.
The house on 71st Street belonged to Lex Wexner. That I know I had read about years ago. Where it was a weird sort of deal where he just gave him this like $60+ million townhouse. But I didn't know that that house in Palm Beach was Lex Wexner's. I didn't know.
Yeah. Right.
I didn't know.
All right, so we got to pause there, though, because I don't have time to watch the whole thing. I got enough for a video. All right, maybe even 2 videos right there. But yeah, dude, that shit is wacky. We got to get to this Anna thing, okay? We got to get to the 𝗙𝗪𝗏 thing because I want to see a little bit of her on the doom scroll. Yeah, we're probably going to revisit this over the next couple days, guys, okay? Because I feel like we I feel like there's more information to mine here. Okay? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? When Michael Cohen saw a pool boy, he said, "Who is that?" Well, first off, the actual reality about this is like Michael Cohen was his fixer. Okay? And so the way fixers operate, guys, is by, like, the fixer's job is to always have more information than whoever he's involved with in a business deal, right? Which means if he goes in to do the paperwork on this mansion to 𝗙𝗵𝗶, the fixer knows everything about that house. Who owned it, how Trump got it, why Trump got it, right? He knows all the details. That's the job of the fixer. The fixer doesn't walk in like, what's going on here? Like he wandered into the middle of a movie. That's not what fixers do, guys. They literally, like he said, as soon as there was a Jane Doe, he hired a private investigator. They fucking know everything, man. That's literally what they get fucking paid for, is to know everything. You can't protect your client as a fixer if the guys you're negotiating with have more information than you. It's not possible. It's a whole job, dude. If I go into a negotiation and I want to beat my opponent, the rule number 1 is I have to go and know all of their background, okay? I know all their weak spots. I know the thing to bring up to get them aggravated. Like, my God, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, my God, even when I fucking would bring actors onto a stage, I would know some of their family history, so I would have like trigger points to talk about if I needed to get an emotional reaction from them. Like, come on, you're telling me the fixers, like, I'd never heard of any of these people. Dude, then that would mean he's the worst fixer ever, right? And Trump just got rolled in every deal because Michael Cohen showed up and was like, who are you? What are we here to do today? Oh, wow, shit. I just thought there was a sandwich in here. I thought we were going to throw a hoagie at the groundskeeper. Dude, come on. You know? Like, who is he trying to kid, bro? Jesus. Like, fuck, dude. Oh, that's funny, dude. Throwing hoagies. Oh, Lord. Lord have mercy on my fucking hellbound soul. All right. We're going to, that 𝗃𝗃 we'll save for later. Let's go and do the 𝗙ecie𝗶𝗶𝗀 one. All right. I want to see 𝗙cie𝗶𝗶𝗀 on this doom scroll or whatever. I don't know if we may just skip around and look for something meaty on this because I don't know. I think it's like an hour long. I don't have an hour to invest. We do have 30 minutes though, but we'll get in there and skip around. I'm sure we won't have to, right? Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, let's do the Cenk Uyghur one. That's a better idea. That'll be more time worthy. Oh, dude, I got to do the dance party. So I'm going to do the dance party first, okay? And I'm going to edit the thing and say, yeah. All right, there we go. Yeah. No, perfect. We'll do dance party now. And then we'll do, so Natalie, do you have a long form clip? Can you do me a favor? And dude, I got to get Natalie a fucking membership too. Yeah, I got to get Natalie a membership. Remind me to take care of that too. So we'll do the Doom Scroll California tomorrow. Or 𝗙cie𝗶𝗶𝗀 Doom Scroll tomorrow. Let me get the dance clip together. This is your first dance party? All right. We danced to the same song by our favorite fucking Swedish artist because we have a little bit of a copyright issue on YouTube. Oh, let's go, baby. I do like to move my body. My fucking chair's falling apart. All right, you ready, guys? Here we go, baby. Let's go!
Been here before, yeah, I do it that I have now, almost a bit holy.
Let's go!
Notion that I will make it out somehow. A little deja vu, I'm gonna get it right. A little time with you, and I can see it light. A little deja vu, I'm gonna get it right. A little time with you, and I can see it light. Things will turn out alright this time, I know.
Let's go! Yeah! Woo! Now I gotta catch my breath.
I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. Your radiance. Hey, I just want to change the
Yeah.
world,
Oh shit.
but I'm not gonna wait my turn.
Let's
I
go,
don't
baby.
ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better. I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna do the doom scroll. I'm gonna do the 𝗙ecie𝗶𝗃 one. Right? I'm gonna do him and the corporate sponsor, right? Which I think is also like crazy valid information. That's super important. Yeah. All right, this time stamped. Okay. Give me a minute here to get my oh. Let's go. Dude, I have to get a new set of earbuds. My earbuds are fucking shot. This is my music. The dance song is not mine. Right? The song I dance to is a song called it's called A Little Deja Vu by Stephen Carlin. Right? Everything else we hear is me. But the dance song is not me. All right, you ready? All right, I think I'm ready now. Oh, yes. Yeah, no, we'll look at that too. All right, at 148. Okay. Perfect. Oh, shit, bro. Let's go. All right. All right, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Earbuds are tax deductible. Yeah. I mean, dude, when you're a fucking streamer, there's actually quite a bit of shit that's fucking tax deductible. And like running a business out of your home, like there's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of fucking tax savings to be had, right? I mean, it depends on how much you make. You know, if you start making a lot of money, then you know, it gets less and less. But for, you know, if you're making from 0 to like 100 grand and you're investing in your space, in your studio, and like there's actually a pretty decent amount of stuff that's deductible, you know. If you listen to Laura Trump, it should be 80%. Dude, fuck Laura Trump, bro. The only thing I want to know from Laura Trump is I want to know like who her fucking like facial surgeon is so I can make sure to never go there. Right? That's it. I want to know who does her Botox so I can make sure that nobody I know ever goes there. Other than that, I don't really want to hear shit from that woman. Okay. So here, what we're about to see here, guys, is this is the corporate sponsor part, right, Natalie? Okay. So here's what I want to fucking let you guys know about this is obviously Cenk Uygur, otherwise known as Cenk Uygur around these parts, he has built an identity for himself about, you know, being this populist, this left-wing populist. And he is adamant about this. The hill he has chosen to die on is like, get money out of politics, right? Corporate donors. And yet, today, we find out he has another corporate donor. Okay, this time the company is called Chapter. And again, Cenk Uygur's corporate donor is a company backed by Peter Thiel, J.D. Vance, and Vivek Ramaswamy. Okay, so now he has chosen a corporate donor literally funded by 3 of the biggest anti-progressive, anti-left-wing, anti-democratic people on planet Earth. The only thing that could make this worse if it was funded by fucking Benjamin Netanyahu and Donald Trump themselves, okay? Like literally, it is, and wait, I haven't even told you what the fucking company is, okay? Because I'm gonna play the clip and we're gonna watch this, but wait till you hear what kind of business this company does. Because this is the most anti-progressive, anti-like universal health care, anti-fucking left-wing thing money grab I have ever seen a person take. Like, I'm literally telling you that I think Donald Trump has some corporate interests that are less shady than the one that fucking Cenk Uygur just picked up on for TYT. It is like truly fucking disturbing, dude. All right, here we go. You ready? Here we go.
𝗙ecie, you guys are amazing for signing up through TYT.com, and Joseph Kenya and John Branch, thank you for signing up through YouTube. You guys are all beautiful people. We love you for that. All right, we got a new sponsor that I'm really excited about. It's Chapter. So we've been covering Medicare fraud for a long time, and unfortunately, there's hundreds of these brokers out there now, and they're getting paid by the insurance companies. So they're not giving you the right advice, but Chapter is. We did a lot of research into this, and they're so rare, they're almost unique. And they could save you up to $1,100 a year in average savings, and it's real. So like when you're looking for a Medicare plan like my parents, whether it's you or you're helping your parents or anyone else, don't randomly go to people. Almost all of them are like working for the insurance companies and not you guys, but Chapter is working for you guys. We did our research on it, so I'm happy to have them as a sponsor, and they can save you a lot of money and save you a lot of grief, and you might have the right plan. If they tell you have the right plan, great, then at least you have peace of mind, and it's free to you guys. So askchapter.org/TYT. You can also call it that number, 805-201-2275, 805-201-2275. But to me, the easiest way is askchapter.org/TYT. Definitely check them out. I'm gonna use them for my parents. We're gonna save some money and have peace of mind.
Okay, so there's Chapter. That's the sponsor. And somebody said, I never realized you don't have ads. I do have ads, right? I have ads set up on this. It is set up on fucking YouTube inserts mid-rolls balanced, right? So yeah. So there are ads. You've never seen me doing? I mean, I don't do them, right? YouTube does it, but there should be ads. I mean, I've got it set up for YouTube to manage the mid-rolls, but I don't ever do it. I don't like stop and run them. But yeah, you'll see ads if you watch. They're They're like YouTube handles that. I just let YouTube handle it because I don't like to think about that shit. Right? Oh, you pay to not have ads? Oh yeah. All right. So you pay and get premium. But yeah, no, there's ads. But there's not a lot. I have the default YouTube ads where they're not high run, right? I don't like, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, right? So, okay. What I want to say is he talked about Chapter, okay? And he said, man, we do a lot of our research. We fucking really looked into this. But now let's look at Chapter, okay? Because there is some information here, all right, that Natalie, thank you, dug up and did some screenshots from a Business Insider article about the company called Chapter, okay? So first off, this is obviously the thing we saw on the screen, okay? That was Chapter. We saw the nice little fucking presentation there from Cenk Uygur that showed the little thing. Look at that, free Medicare help, 20-minute call, okay? But now look at this, okay? Chapter, a Peter Thiel-backed startup that helps older people enroll in Medicare, just raised $17 million. Dude, $17 million. So it's a Peter Thiel-backed venture. Now, let's talk about what Chapter is to begin with, okay? Because it helps older people enroll in Medicare. So that means, guys, follow my reasoning here. Because Peter Thiel is connected to J.D. Vance, who we're going to find out that he's an investor here in a minute. Let's look at that and then follow my reasoning about this, okay? Because here's another one, okay? Look at this where it says Chapter, a Medicare advisory firm, has landed $42 million in Series B funding round, it announced Tuesday. The investment was led by Addition, along with participants Naria Capital, Sousa Ventures, Maverick Ventures, XYZ Venture Capital, Core Innovation Capital, Health 2047 Capital. The company plans to use the new capital to expand its team, expecting to fill 70 new roles and improve the customer experience. Okay? We look forward to supporting the Chapter team as they continue to minimize the complexities of Medicare, provide personalized experiences for older Americans seeking the right coverage, said Jason Schneider of Addition. To date, the company has raised more than $61 million, with the last round happening in September when billionaire entrepreneur Peter Thiel joined the company's board of directors. Okay, now, if you look at it, here, though, a Chapter, a Medicare startup with links to Vance, Thiel, and Ramaswamy, just raised a round at a $1.5 billion valuation. Okay, Chapter's a Medicare advisory startup co-founded by Republican presidential hopeful Vivek Ramaswamy. So Ramaswamy is one of the people involved in this with his private equity firm, okay? And it closed a funding round at a valuation of $1.5 billion. It helps start seniors choose Medicare health plans, analyzing doctors, hospitals, prescription drugs, etc. Unlike many other Medicare insurance brokers, Chapter claims to prioritize client needs over insurer profits. And Naraya, one of the VC firms that were mentioned, was founded by J.D. Vance. So the Chapter Series A round in 2020, in the early part of this, was J.D. Vance's venture capital firm. Okay, and Peter Thiel invested in the company, assumed Vance's board seat when Vance joined the Senate. So guys, they've been working on this for 5 years. Okay, they were trying to do this when Trump was running in 2020. So this thing would have kicked in back then. But now let me explain the problem here. The problem is these guys, J.D. Vance and Vivek and Peter Thiel and their connections to Trump, they have control over how complicated it is to sign up for Medicare or to get Medicare. So now what they do is by making Medicare harder to sign up for, harder to qualify for, they are going to remove people who can't afford to hire a company like this. the poor people, the old people doing it themselves are going to get kicked off because they won't be able to navigate the complex way of signing up. But the people that have enough money to be able to hire the company that is funded by the people who decide how hard it is to sign up for Medicare now can hire this company to help them navigate that difficult process. So they make Medicare more complicated, which gets a bunch of people kicked off, and then the money that doesn't go to those people ends up in the Medicare fund, and then people hire their company to help them get some of that money, and which they also are getting paid out of that money too. So it's a fucking con. They've created a con that allows them to make money off the Medicare system, and then they control how the Medicare system will need these companies. Dude, it's such a con. It is the biggest con, and it's led by Thiel and Vance and Ramaswamy. And after Cenk Uyghur's research, the progressive fucking politician who wants to get money out of politics decided to do a bunch of research and get a corporate sponsor funded by 3 of the biggest anti-progressive, anti-democratic, anti-fucking freedom people on the planet. He's literally using their company, using a company that is designed to be part of the healthcare system being shitty. And certainly we're not getting closer to having Medicare for all with this. And this is Cenk Uygur's new corporate sponsor. It is the dirtiest, fucking most bullshit fucking money play I think I've ever seen. I think this is even worse than Polymarket, guys. Without a doubt. This is definitely shadier than Polymarket by a long stretch. And this is what TYT is doing, right? It's wild, bro. It's fucking wild, dude. It's a fucking, what a crazy fucking sellout, right? You know what I'm saying? What a crazy sellout. Now, if Cenk Uygur wasn't somebody who spends so much of his time criticizing the establishment politicians, maybe I would feel a little bit differently about this, okay? Because, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I would feel different about this. You said Adam Mockler is using this too? Dude, that's fucking shady as well. 𝗏𝗏touch and Adam Mockler should not be fucking partnering with this company. You know what I'm saying? This company is not progressive. This company is funded by shady ass motherfuckers. So yeah, maybe if you guys are in Adam Mockler's chat or whatever, you should let him know, right? But I will say this though. You ready? And I'm not defending Mockler and Midas, but Adam Mockler and 𝗏𝗏touch are very corporate. Okay, they have corporate insertions into all of their shit. They take money from establishment corporate money, but they don't walk around judging the establishment and the corporate people like they're just corporate politics. Okay, 𝗏𝗏touch is. Okay, the same with Adam Mockler. I mean, he's growing at a rapid rate and he has this incredible YouTube fucking team courtesy of Midas. So, and he's probably making a ton of money, but he is a mainstream Democratic Party fucking political analyst, okay? Midas is, and so is Adam Mockler. That's what they do. They take corporate sponsorships and they are there as a mainstream, right? But they don't deny that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I look at them a little different because they don't act like they're not that. They're very open that they are corporate establishment political figures, and then they do a great role of covering shit that is anti-democratic and pro-civil rights and all that. But they don't posture as something. You know what I mean? Which is respectable. I mean, if you say that you're a corporate fucking political entity and you do corporate political shit, then you're being who you are telling us you are. You know what I mean? But here's the thing. Cenk Uygur is not that. Okay? Cenk Uygur is like a leftist purist who shits on all the leftists. He says Sam Cedar is fucking disingenuous. He says that Franny and Kyle Kulinski and Emma are all liars and overreactors. And he says that everybody purity tests him, but he is the populist. He is the truth teller. He is the guy. Okay. You know what I'm saying? He is the guy that is like getting corporate money out of politics because it's corrupting all these politicians. And he is simultaneously hitting the cash register again from Peter Thiel, J.D. Vance, and Vivek Ramaswamy. And now that, guys, is dangerous, okay? Because what you're not going to see, guys, is you're never going to see Adam Mockler go in there and lambaste and attack the Democratic presidential candidate, okay? You won't. When that primary is over, whoever the Dem candidate is, Adam Mockler will be all in, okay? Adam Mockler will be all in on the election time, backing the candidate. He will not be posting critical shit. He will not be undermining the election. He will not be undermining the candidate. Adam Mockler will not, okay? You will, the same with fucking Midas Touch. Whether you like their centrism or not, they are not going to start shitting on our candidate 2 months before the election. What's crazy about this is Cenk Uygur, I guarantee you, will shit on every Democratic candidate. Everyone. He shit on Biden. He shit on Hillary. He took money from Hillary's fucking people after he shit on her. And then he shit on fucking, Kamala Harris, like in a very Trumpian way. Okay? You know what I'm saying? So like there's a difference. Okay? There's a difference here because Cenk Uygur is somebody that shouldn't be taking this fucking money. He shouldn't be taking this kind of money. If he's really a guy who says he is who he is. You know what I mean? Now, guys, for me personally, I don't have a problem with people that are Democratic like party supporters. I don't. Okay? I don't. Like the fact of right now, the only party we have to fight against the Republicans is the Democratic Party. So yeah, I'm going to support them, even if it's not the greatest thing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have a problem with centrist people as long as they're still like fucking espousing fucking, progressive values. You know what I mean? I you know what I'm saying? Like, I look at somebody like, for example, right? I love Brian Tyler Cohen, okay? He's not a centrist. He's definitely a progressive, and he's always speaking up and fighting for the progressive fucking viewpoint. And he also, though, is a mouthpiece that helps, like, the Democratic Party. And he has access to their fucking candidates, and he gives them a platform, and he gets information from them, but he does try to ask, like, decent questions. I have no problem with that, okay? He doesn't walk around, like, attacking all the left-wing figures. You know what I'm saying? He's not out there trying to bury Zoran Mamdani. You know what I mean? He fucking supports everybody on the left, okay? But Cenk Uygur doesn't do that, man. Cenk Uygur, like, trashes the left, trashes the Democratic Party, says he's above it all, and then takes the corporate money from the right wing. And to me, dude, that's fucking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Right? Dude, it's true. It's fucking bullshit, bro. Dude, I like Brian Tyler Cohen. I do, right? Don't shit on my boy Brian, all right? I'm very protective of BTC. I am, dude. Dude. He's fucking teaching me YouTube, bro. Guy's amazing, bro. He is, dude. Like, that guy has like helped me more. Dude, he has, dude. He's been my fucking Sherpa, bro. He's been my guide. I wouldn't be growing like I'm growing without him. And he's honest, though. He's not going to fuck around. He's not going to pretend he likes something when he doesn't like it. You know what I'm saying? He just supports the party because he knows the party is how we win. You know what I mean? And I mean, that's the facts. Like right now, we don't have another option. Okay, so you're either a Democrat or you're a Republican. You know what I'm saying? You didn't insult. I didn't think you did insult him. You know what I'm saying? He never criticized Dems. Yeah, but so I don't think everybody needs to criticize Dems. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's always required. I don't criticize a lot of Dems either. You know, and I don't think you called him a grifter. I just don't think that's everybody's job. Like there's some people that are supportive of the party and they don't want to criticize the party because they don't find it helpful, right? And then there's some people who criticize the party and support the party. And then there's some people like Cenk Uyghur, though, who criticizes the party and takes right-wing money and is actually destructively trying to fucking destroy the party, okay? And I, you know, you might not like me when it gets to election time too, because I'm not going to criticize the party during the elections. Okay, I don't. I was like fully supportive of Kamala, and I didn't criticize her until after that election was over. Okay, I just will not fucking, you know what I'm saying? I will not fucking, you know, I will not criticize the party during an election. You know what I mean? I won't. That's just not how you win, right? That's how you fucking lose elections. But they called him a tool. Yeah, I mean, dude, aren't we all tools? Come on, man. dude. Yeah, no, I love Brian though. Brian's a really good fucking YouTuber, guys. You got to understand the thing about Brian Tyler Cohen, beyond him being a political voice, that motherfucker is a very good YouTuber, okay? And he's helping me become a very good YouTuber, which is really important. It's really important if you want to have influence, right? You got to be a good YouTuber. You can't just be a good commentator. You got to be a good YouTuber too, right? And he's definitely like fucking like crazily helped me, boss. Crazily helped me. I like watching his stuff too, dude. I do. But not out sorry for going on. Oh, I don't know. Dude, it's okay, boss. Dude, I'm not mad at you for like, because he's a little too centrist for you, you know what I mean? Or he's a little too like Democratic Party support. You know what I'm saying? You know, like not everybody's going to like that. You know, I think a lot of people on the left get real resentful about people that support the Democratic Party. A lot of them get mad at me, right? I have some of people who are regular fans here who get mad at me. And believe me, some of them are going to get mad at me if Gavin Newsom wins the primary and I become Gavin Newsom's biggest fan. Dude, you know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. Dude, yeah, no, he does really good work with the fucking Supreme Court and shit. I think that's my favorite thing about Brian is how he makes that court stuff like accessible to the everyman, right? Like when I look at Brian Tyler Cohen, I don't look at him in the same way that I look at 𝗙elle 𝗪𝗪𝗧, right? Because 𝗙elle 𝗪𝗪𝗧 is like an agitator, okay? 𝗙elle 𝗪𝗪𝗧 is trying to rattle the cage in the hopes that change can happen. But Brian Tyler Cohen is not a cage rattler. He's not trying to change the Democratic Party. He is a mouthpiece for progressive values while he supports the party and disseminates information to the public in a way that the average non-political person can digest it. So he's more like an encyclopedia, right? Where he's giving you information, but also with the energy of like wanting the party to stay on the left. You know what I mean? And that's a really important function, right? A high energy person that can walk you through all the legal complications and break down this complicated shit into everyday language and stand for progressive values and keep people excited and supportive of the party that we have to work with, right? You know what I mean? And that's an important function, but like 𝗙elle 𝗪𝗪𝗧's function is very different, you know? He's more of an agitator. And then you have somebody like, you know, like Sam Seder, who is like, Sam Seder is like not really an agitator as much as he's like a wise disseminator of hypocrisy, right? Because Sam Seder doesn't go out of his way to agitate, but he often does agitate through his like wisdom of seeing through like the hypocrisy of the way people are avoiding the fucking subject. You know what I mean? He's like, he's not trying to be adversarial, right? He's trying to point out the aha, right? And that's a really important function too. You know what I'm saying? And then you have somebody like Mike Figueredo from Humanist Report, who is, you know, he has that LGBTQ and that human rights kind of angle, and he can be very fierce, but he's also like super educated and insightful. You know what I mean? But he has like the human rights and the LGBTQ rights kind of thing sort of in his corner. So I think everybody, they have their little niches. You know what I mean? And you know, I fucking, it's funny because I really like Mike now, but at first I used to like sort of get into it a little bit on Twitter because I used to think he was like a purity tester. And it over time I grew to realize that he's just somebody that values like integrity a great deal. And I think it comes from him like having, like, originally I didn't know he was LGBTQ. I didn't realize that like so much of what he fights for is like a really, really personal to his corner. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like he's coming from his own experience in the world. And that's when I realized, like, wow, he's actually a really powerful dude. You know what I mean? You know, right? You thought it was so much more punk? Dude, but dude, we are punk, right? But we're different though, right? We're like, I am punk, but I am like I am the punk who completes the mission versus the punk who like tries to complete the mission and ends up getting thrown out, right? There's a difference, right? Like if you want to infect the system, you know, infecting the system, you have to acquire a certain amount of power in the system to really have an effect, right? I feel like I'm a little bit more like AOC versus, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm a little bit like AOC, right? Because AOC, she has the integrity and she has the outspokenness and she plots her course, but she also recognizes the importance of like obeying the power rules enough to get her own hands on the levers, right? Because she wants her hands on the levers. And that's what's really important is like in rebellion, if you can't get your hands on the levers, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? If you can't get your hands on the levers, you can't really blow shit up, right? And I'm not just talking about here in commentary. I'm saying out in the world, you can't really blow up a system if you can't get your hands on the lever of powers in the system, right? You know what I mean? And Natalie, you're not wrong about the moral accountability. Here, chat tout centrists. I think centrists have a value, guys. They shouldn't necessarily be driving the bus, but don't think that centrists don't have a value, because they do. And let me tell you what their value is, guys, okay? Because we watched something earlier, like, I don't know, a couple days ago, and what was it on? It was one of the guys on the Jubilee shit with 𝗙𝗍𝗍𝗀, right? And you know, you may not, like, when you go out into the world, okay? And I'm not talking about on Twitter, and I'm not talking about the people who are politically savvy and really follow world events. I'm talking about just your average fucking Joe Schmo and Susie, his fucking wife or whatever, going about their lives. The people that like get a mortgage in a house they can afford, and they have a job, and they like are just trying to make it through their life and trying to get a little slice of the pie for themselves. Okay. But they're trying to obey the rules that society taught them. Okay. And those people want change, but they're scared. They're scared that if they don't do it the right way, they're going to lose the little slice of pie that they do have. And so the centrists make those people feel like they're going to be okay. And they make those people feel comfortable voting for like things that move in a leftward direction. And if they don't get handled right, they can get spooked and scared, and they can vote for an asshole like Trump because they're just afraid that all their shit's going to get taken away. And so I think centrists perform a vital function as long as they do have some long-term, like, moving left goals, okay? Because radical people, and if you're like, man, we gotta blow up the police department, that scares a lot of people, okay? That doesn't mean we don't need people like that fighting, but some people, like regular non-political people, get really fucking scared. You know what I'm saying? By, like, too much change, even though what they think is too much change is certainly not too much change. You know, and then there's some people in the middle that aren't that at all, that are just corporate stooges. Like, that's the hard thing, is I don't think centrist is even one thing in the Democratic Party, because you have centrists that just want to go slow, and then you have centrists that are corporate stooges like 𝗙𝗪𝗪, and then you have fucking centrists that are only centrists because they're in a purple district and they kind of have to be centrists or all the fucking reddish people won't vote for them. And then you have somebody like Schumer, who is just a wealthy guy who's been ensconced in government for a long time, and he got into it with all the best intentions, but now he doesn't want to give up power, right? And so, I mean, there's just so much. There's so much, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's like, you know, and so I think it's like hard, because centrism is a very, you know, much like left-winger, centrist, it covers a lot of ground. There's a lot of different personalities in the concept of centrism. All right, let's watch Cenk on this fucking article, and then I got to go make some videos. But again here, guys, just for the record, for the new people here, is I am an in-your-face, punky, shit-stirring agitator who also can go sit at the table with centrists and work with them to get my hands on the lever of power, and who realizes that we only have two parties, so I'm going to sometimes support Democratic candidates I fucking hate just to make sure that a Republican motherfucker don't win. And maybe one day I'm going to actually get in the game and run for something myself. You know what I'm saying? And so like, that's where I'm at. All right. That's how I roll. You know what I mean? Only I can lead the Democratic Party. Dude, yeah. See, Schumer, though, guys, to be honest, though, guys, Schumer is, let me just tell you guys, like, the thing about Chuck Schumer is we can hate on Chuck Schumer all we want. And there's nothing wrong with hating on Chuck Schumer. But one thing I do want to remind you guys, that the reason why people like Chuck Schumer exist is because of lazy, scared voters. Okay? It is lazy, scared voters. Okay? Because voters get comfortable when they voted for someone who's doing a good enough job and not causing too much of a problem. And then that guy's been doing it for a long time, so they just keep voting for them because they don't want to upset the apple cart. And like, if we, or what they do is they either go lazy scared and they vote for the same person for eternity, or they flip-flop and they switch parties every like couple of years and they get no stability. Like, I think as voters, we do a bad job, because you know what happens, guys, is a lot of times voters do this bullshit where they elect, like, they'll elect AOC to the House because they want somebody really rebellious and left-wing, and then they'll elect a centrist like Chuck Schumer to keep AOC in line. And then they'll vote for a moderate Republican president to keep both of them, right? They keep voting to balance each other out instead of voting to actually move the country in one direction. Because we as people are mostly scared, okay? We are mostly scared, guys. And that's why I think New York right now voting for Zohran Mamdani is pretty huge, guys. Okay, it's gotten so bad that they're going to take a chance on somebody who really wants to try some revolutionary shit. And if he pulls it off in New York, it's going to spread like wildfire across the country. So we all need to fucking hope that Zoran can pull some of this shit off. Okay, because like, think about it. If Kamala Harris won, maybe Zoran Mamdani doesn't win in New York. And maybe Trump winning and us getting him out of our system and getting Zoran a chance and him accomplishing some shit, maybe that's going to have a far bigger long-term impact than if Kamala Harris had won the presidency and we had more like middle-of-the-road corporate schlop. Think about that, guys. Yeah, that guy in Minneapolis is the same. See, think about that, guys. Like we got to think about, man, sometimes our losses are big wins. Right? Sometimes our losses are big wins in other ways, okay? Because believe me, it is the hell of Trump that is going to get Zoran fucking elected and other people like him across the country, man. You know, and Schumer may lose the next time he goes up to bat, dude. He may fucking strike out swinging. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying don't look at every loss like it ain't a win, because there's a lot of wins to be had. You just got to sometimes capitalize on that shit. All right, ready? Let's see 𝗙ecie𝗶𝗶 here.
Is due on all that. Hey, somebody wrote in. I'll address it. Anyway, Cuckoo's Nest wrote in on Super Chat.
Dude, look at this. Look at his reticence right here. Okay, look at his reticence. You can see him. This question's going to be about Sam Seder, and he's just like all uptight about even wanting to fucking comment.
Gaza. So credit where credit is due on all that. Hey, somebody wrote in. I'll address it. Anyway, Cuckoo's Nest wrote in on Super Chat. Tuning in late, but the Majority Report has done a tremendous job reporting the genocide, including the ground interviews. Can you two please reconcile? So, brother, I appreciate you wanting that, and if they did a good job, terrific. I'm happy to have it, right? But can you please ask them instead of us? Like, I didn't analogize Sam to a Nazi. He analogized me to a Nazi. We didn't call them right-wingers. They called us right-wingers. We didn't lie about them. They lied about us. So, like, it's weird for the person who got attacked. What am I supposed to go and grovel to them or something? No, I mean, that's insane, right?
Oh, wait, but he'll go and grovel to Maga, right? I mean, he has no problem groveling to Charlie Kirk or Marjorie Taylor Greene or Tucker fucking Carlson, right? Like, bro. And I mean, to be on though, too, I don't even recall fucking Sam and Emma and all them like fucking shredding Cenk Uygur except to question his integrity and some of the moves he made and say, why are you fucking pandering to all these right-wing motherfuckers? Dude, he is being like such a fucking clown, bro. Jesus Christ, dude.
Us right-wingers. We didn't lie about them. They lied about us. So, like, it's weird for the person who got attacked. What am I supposed to go and grovel to them or something?
The person who got attacked. Dude, Shanky's poor oppressed fucking upper cruster.
No, I mean, that's insane, right? Like, if they are good faith and they go, hey, our bad, obviously you're not right wing, that we lost our minds for a second. So yeah, sure, of course. And you guys are doing great work on XYZ. Terrific, happy to have it.
But dude, Cenk Uygur, you're not doing great work and you are right-wing coded and you are kissing the ass of right-wing figures and you did like say to Franny there weren't going to be any camps, that she was out of her goddamn mind. And you did fire Franny because she called you a bitch, even though you simultaneously talk about believing in free speech. And you did say that we shouldn't make MAGA mad. Oh, we got to be gentle with them. But then when people on your own side say you're not doing it right, you're like, fuck you. I'm never going to grovel to you, you fucking bastard. Okay? And yes, he did call Sam a grifter. And he lied about Sam Seder too, because he said that Sam Seder worked for him, which never happened. Like Sam Seder was just paying TYT for optimization on YouTube, which was really probably TYT making sure that Majority Report didn't grow bigger than them, right? You know what I'm saying? He didn't, like, Sam Cedar never worked for him, and he made it sound like Sam was his employee that got fired. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you know? Like, it's like, what the fuck is he fucking talking about, bro? He is spinning this like mad.
We're the ones who promoted all of those shows all the time, right? So, but don't ask me, ask them. Why? And I don't get why the person or the show being attacked has some sort of obligation.
Well, here's what I would say, 𝗪𝗪. You ready? I'm gonna chime in for you, buddy. I would say this, that you spend a lot of time, 𝗪𝗪. Or I can't even say his name now. 𝗪𝗪. I fucking am so used to calling him 𝗪𝗪. But Cenk, you spend a lot of time talking about how important it is for everybody on the left to come together under your umbrella of populism, and how we have to merge with the right, and we need to build a big tent, and we need this giant coalition. But in the same breath, you're like, I can't be like forced to go build a coalition with the people who agree with 90% of what I believe in because they said some negative things about me, right? But the side that says transgender people are animals or they don't exist, or that says that immigrants are vermin and filth and lies about black people eating animals and all these other fucking tropes, you will go over to them and say like, oh yeah, let's work together. How is that, right? Somebody calls you a Nazi and you're so butthurt that you can't fucking, you agree with them, but they're just mad at you because you're going and hanging out with the Nazis and you have a big issue with that. But like, you're going to go over to the actual Nazis and be like, oh, did you find my neck? Oh, come here, let me rub your prostate. Oh, please be nice to me. Oh, it's going to take me 20 minutes to get on the chair, but I promise I'll get up there soon. I'm 𝗪𝗪 from YTY. Dude. Oh, shit. Dude, look out, bro.
Don't they have the obligation? I mean, it's just logic, right? It's simple logic.
Oh, yeah.
No. That's it. No.
Okay. All right.
Oh, look at that. Dude, they are so bitter. Oh my God, dude. We got a comment. Dude, thank you for your attention to this matter. Dude, tweet face. There it is. Let's go. Still like 30 seconds. All right, we're going to watch the rest. Dude, crazy, bro.
Anyways, yeah, no, I don't reach out to people who've attacked me. It only encourages it, right? And it makes you, and it's weakness. Like, what do you, It just doesn't make any sense, guys. But on the other hand, if you're saying to them, hey, what the hell? Why did you guys call them right-wingers when that's not within a million miles of truth? That makes sense. You should ask them that. Are they still lying about it to this day? I don't know. Probably, because honestly, in my experience, they've been giant liars. So you should ask them to reconcile and apologies if they have any decency and morality and honesty.
Dude, oh my God, if they had any decency and morality and honesty. Oh shit. Dude, what a fucking clown, bro. Dude, he is a bitch. Dude, Franny was so right. Dude, we all know the real reason why he doesn't reach out to Sam Seder is because the chairs at Majority Report are too high. He can't climb up in them, and so therefore he just can't bring himself to fucking party like it's 1999. All right, on that note though, guys, I'm gonna go make some videos. All right, we're gonna fucking grind it, baby. Edit mode.
If I'm unsure, will anybody notice? It's my fault because I love you on purpose. I'm insecure, or just a little nervous. You're on blue. Who knows you're on blue? When every bruise looks good on you. Tell me who knows you're on blue? When every
Dude, I think I have the Dr. Phil clip. I'll dig it up for tomorrow. We'll enjoy it tomorrow.
And you doubt that anything is worth it. Look around, the world is a circus.
You're on blue.
So provoking.
I forgot to mention, are you joking? I need some attention.
And nothing's working, so change your direction.
You're on blue.
Who
Knows you're on blue. When every bruise looks good on you. Tell me who knows you're on blue. When every bruise looks good on you.
Why won't you hold my hand? Are you gonna deny this? Do the best you can. Haven't got a plan, but I'm gonna survive this. That's just who I am. When you're on blue, you keep everything inside of you. You try to play it cool. Sometimes you gotta break the rules. I don't know why you are confused. All you need is a little bit of attitude. Yeah.
Dude, I'll find it.
I'm tired
All
of
right.
explaining.
It's too late because everyone is waiting. All right.
That's great. So why
I
you
will see you tomorrow.
If I'm unsure,
Will anybody notice? It's my fault because I love you on purpose.
I'm insecure, or
Just a little nervous. You're on blue. See you tomorrow, guys. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Let's go.
Knows you're on blue. When every bruise looks good on you. Tell me who knows you're on blue. When every bruise looks good on you. Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Do you need anything like I need you? You're all I've got. You're all I want. You're all I've got. You're all I want. Back in the day, complications never wore my patience. I was always ready to play. Why face the day in the sunshine in LA? We hit the beach and rode the waves. I lost my balance, I was faded. I was trapped and wrapped up in a scene that was never really me. Plastic lives and starry eyes, and all the freaks were left outside. So I'd look in and wonder why. Where was mine? I couldn't find it. But you're all I've got. You're all I want. Some days it just feels like this will never be enough. Most days it just feels like a struggle to catch up. And I won't mind the day I find what a peace of mind you are. 'Cause life is a wonderful mess. Time to walk away, trade my sunshine in for rain. Same old ways in a different place, but something's changing. I wanted answers and direction. What I got was second guessing, hesitation, no sensation, just more questions. Nothing to blame for being stuck inside this frame of mind. If I can find my way, who I am, what I want, where I'm going, where I was, it's not up to you. I wish there was something you could do, but you're not me, so you can be my answers, because you're all I've got. And you're all I want. Some days it just feels like this will never be enough. Most days it just feels like I've struggled to catch up. But I